station built and face down Donald Trump, a mayor has to make things happen in a city where nothing comes easy. A crisis demands a tough leader. Paid for by 4R City.
Look closely at this truck. You'll see hard work, a great adventure, and so much more. Inside and out, it's designed for the family, the road trip, and the most demanding job.
Catch the pitch. Devon's your pitch. Let's hear it for Devon White. Thank you, Devo.
Devon White to Nathan Lukes, and we're almost ready to go here. Game 6 of the World Series. Devo knows what it's like to put a ring on his finger. Maybe Nathan Lukes will have that pleasure at some point very soon. It's the Dodgers, it's the Blue Jays. It's coming back from Los Angeles, taking 2 of 3, and listening to that anthem, seeing the flag unfurled. My goodness, this series feels like it's brought an entire country together.
Well, and this is what you play for, right? As a player, this is the moment that you play all season for. You grind to get to this game, a game where you have an opportunity to win the World Series, but it all comes down to figuring out how to channel those emotions. Playing to win rather than playing not to lose. And this is a team that has been playing to win in this postseason.
This Blue Jays team all season long has continued to just come at you. And I think opponents have felt that pressure all year, whether it's from the pitchers, whether it's from this lineup that's just been tenacious all season long. They lose that tough 18-inning game in Los Angeles the other night. The first game, it was a long travel day. It was a long game. What do? They come back and punch twice. Why would you doubt this team to wrap this thing up and bring the World Series home right here tonight in Game 6?
Kim Campbell was the outgoing Prime Minister of Canada when the Blue Jays last won a World Series. Joe Carter knocking it out to win it in Game 6 in 1993. We might be reliving fresh memories when this night is over. Enjoy. Dan Shulman and Buck Martinez have the call.
A World Series potentially on the line here tonight, and the fans have brought that kind of energy into Rogers Center for Game 6 between the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays 1 win away from winning this franchise's 3rd World Series. Hi, everybody, and welcome inside the Rogers Center. Dan Shulman and Buck Martinez. Well, the Blue Jays did what they had to do. They took 2 out of 3 in L.A. They come home up 3-2, and what a pitching matchup there is in this huge Game 6.
Absolutely. Same matchup we had in Game 2 when Kevin Gausman goes up against Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Gausman matched Yamamoto pitch for pitch until the 7th inning. Both of the starters had extended first innings, and the Blue Jays couldn't cash in against Yamamoto. The Dodgers scored a single run on a Will Smith base hit. And since then, both pitchers were so aggressive, and the hitters were aware of that. There was a lot of quick outs. Yamamoto featured 6 pitches against the Blue Jays, and they had him on the ropes, a double and a single right out of the chute, but they stranded those 2 base runners and couldn't cash in that first inning. After that, he became very, very aggressive. 4 hits in total, 2 of them in the first hit. One of those hits was a pop-up that fell untouched on the infield. The biggest thing about Yamamoto is the Blue Jay hitters have to decide what they're going to look for. You look for 2 fastballs, or you look for the curveball and the splitter, and you have to look in different areas of play. One thing I know about this Blue Jays club, don't tell them they can't beat Yamamoto, because every time you challenge the Blue Jays that they can't do something, they come back and beat you.
And they have also been bolstered by the return of George Springer atop the lineup, DHing here tonight. And of course, they've also got the dominant performer in October, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Game 6 is next.
Crashed it pretty bad. the insurer that offers its clients the largest auto service center network in the country.
Thanks for helping me out.
That's Intact.
Incoming dishes! Doc! Dawn Power Wash flies through 99% of grease and grime in half the time.
Yeah, it absorbs grease 5 times faster. Even replaces multiple cleaning products.
Ooh, those suds got game.
Dawn Power Wash, the better grease getter.
Attention Canadian Tire team! This fall, we've got over 1,000 deals each week.
Y'all ready for this?
Up to 40% off select portable power tools and accessories. Up to 40% off select cookware. And up to 30% off select vacuums and floor care.
Looks like we're ready for some deals. Are you? Discover this week's deals online or in the flyer.
Welcome to the Running Man. Survive, and you will walk away with $1 billion. Don't die for free.
You're special, Richard. You have what it takes to win this game.
Don't you get it? This game is rigged. I'm gonna come back here and burn this building down.
Is wonderful.
That's the spirit. The Running Man. Tickets on sale now. Only in theaters November 14th.
As Canada faces economic uncertainty, we have a plan to secure our future, and it starts in the Ring of Fire, an area in northern Ontario rich with critical minerals, the ones needed to build medical devices. We can create more than 70,000 jobs across the province by unearthing these minerals and add $22 billion to Ontario's economy. That's how we protect Ontario, made from the Ring of Fire.
Monday on Prime. It's Legends versus Legends in the making. Penguins, Maple Leafs, Monday at 7:30. Prime Monday Night Hockey. It's on Monday. It's only on Prime.
It's Miller time. When the clock seems to slow down. And to appreciate it, Miller
Lights down.
Yeah, go Jays, go!
It's Miller time.
I just want to make sure I understand these fees.
Well, you got ATM, wire fees, overdraft, underdraft, and have it like an inbound, outbound, direct deposit, withdrawal, low balance, no balance, administrative fees.
What's a fee?
Then there's lost car, new car, admin, bill pay, monthly maintenance, and have it like an here, notary, money order, bank draft, overuse, underuse, currency conversion fees.
Okay.
And there's out-of-network underwriting, and have it like on paperwork, chargeback, record keeping, retainer, and have it like on here now.
32 years. For some, like me, it feels like a lifetime ago.
Blue Jays win! The Blue Jays are World Series champions!
While others, still dreaming for a touch-em-all moment of their own.
Touch 'em all, Joe! You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life!
Now, this Blue Jays team that no one saw coming are just one crowning moment from turning the baseball world on its head.
These beautiful things that I've done! She's gone! A grand slam!
These beautiful things that I've done! This is a season to remember.
You dream of this. You live for this. There's nothing that can describe it.
This is a team of uncommon men, born ready and built for this. Tonight, one more win, and we can party like it's 1993 all over again. Game 6 of the World Series starts now on Sportsnet.
you, Eugene Levy, for lending your talents to the tees for tonight's big Game 6. The Blue Jays with a chance to win the World Series here tonight with Kevin Gausman on the mound. They're wearing the baby blues, the new blues, whatever you want to call them. They wore them in Game 4. They wore them in Game 5. Buck, as a former player, you know you don't mess with the streak.
You certainly don't, and they're going to wear these unis tonight. Kevin Gausman is going to go to the mound, and they will try to win the World Series here tonight in this Game 6.
Tell you what, Halloween is a big deal around these parts, but everybody just seems to have come dressed up as a Blue Jay fan here tonight. They are so excited for this game. And a look at the lineup for the visiting Los Angeles Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani up top. Big numbers overall in the World Series, but he's 0 for 7 with 3 strikeouts in the last 2 games. Dave Roberts has done some shuffling again. Freeman up a spot. Mookie Betts down another spot, and Miguel Rojas will make his first start of the World Series. He'll play second and bat 9th. And Kevin Gausman, seems fitting that Kevin Gausman would be on the mound in this game tonight.
Absolutely. He was the starter, as you mentioned, in Game 2, and he was lined up against Yamamoto in that game as well. And both starters in that game had trouble in the first inning. Kevin Gausman, he threw 17 pitches in the first inning and gave up a first-inning run on a Will Smith RBI single. Yamamoto as well, he gave up hits to the first 2 batters in that inning, but then really buckled down. He threw 16 pitches in that first inning, but stranded those 2 base hits. So it's going to be interesting. These guys know they're in tough tonight, and every single pitch is going to be crucial. Both lineups are very, very aggressive against these opposing pitchers tonight. They have a lot of very quick resolutions to their at-bats, so be sure you keep your eye on pitches early in these at-bats.
With the innings that Kevin Gausman has thrown this year, Buck, between the regular season and the postseason, he's thrown more innings than anybody else in the major leagues this year, through a career-high 192 during the regular season and another 24 2/3 in the postseason, but he has looked very strong in October.
He sure has, and he's done a great job of maintaining his velocity and being able to hit his spots with his fastball. And obviously, that is important to get these Dodgers to swing at his split finger pitch.
Ohtani went 0 for 3 against Gausman back in Game 2. And we're underway with a splitter, swung on and missed, 0-1.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how both of these pitchers change their approach from that first game. Obviously, both lineups very familiar with what they saw in Game 2.
Another one, and it's 0-2.
It's really interesting because Trey Savage used that splitter so well against the Dodgers, and Kevin Gausman's splitter is much different. It doesn't move in the same fashion as Savage's splitter moves, but it is a very effective pitch for him.
Gausman has elite numbers on the splitter in the playoffs. Hitters are just 2 for 36 in at-bats ending in splitters here in the playoffs.
Yeah, he's put away a lot of hitters with that split finger pitch, and the fastball is going to really be important if he can hit the down and away strike to left-handed hitters.
Tries a split again, so that's 4 in a row. Now it's 2-2.
Yeah, this postseason, all across baseball, has featured an awful lot of split finger fastballs. You're going to see that from Yamamoto as well.
Savage threw his basically to perfection in Game 5. The 2-2. And a fastball fouled back.
95, pretty good fastball right there from Gausman. And that's enough velocity to get the Dodgers to really honor that fastball.
Swing and a miss. He got him. 1 down.
First innings are so important to starting pitchers, and that was the case the last time these two matched up. And that first out A big swing and a miss by Ohtani on another terrific split finger pitch.
There's only so many ways Kevin Gausman can change things around because he's so heavily reliant on his top two pitches, the four-seam fastball and the splitter. Here's Will Smith. And a high chopper towards third, and Ernie Clement wisely lets it go foul.
Yeah, he wasn't going to have a play on that, and he knew that if that ball hits one more time on that turf, it's going to kick and go into foul territory. Ernie knows these fields very well, and he could see he waited till that ball hits the turf, and once it does, the English takes it into foul ground.
Ernie's played a great third base regular season and postseason. Will Smith just now getting back to the plate up at the 2 spot in the Dodger lineup for the second game in a row. Dave Roberts doing some juggling, Buck, trying to ignite an offense that has not been great, not just in this series, going back to the LCS and even the division series.
And especially the top of their order, they haven't done much at all.
Bounce to the backstop, 1-1.
Without Ohtani's presence in this lineup and the impact of his bat, the Dodgers as a team have hit 188 in this series.
With an OPS under 600, they have been heavily reliant on Ohtani for offense. Good split again, and it's 1-2. Tried it again, bounced it in, 2-2.
You see where Will Smith sets up in the box. He has his toes almost on the inside line of that batter's box. He likes to get close to home plate. For me as a catcher, that tells me he's looking for the ball in. He wants something in, and that's when you move up on the plate, almost everything is in.
Hooked foul down the left field line.
Excuse me, Dan. The RBI single Will Smith got in game 2 against Gausman came on a slider. Just a base hit up the middle. He stayed on it with 2 strikes and just came up with the RBI to put the Dodgers ahead in that first inning.
A ton of splits here in the early going for Gausman. 7 of his first 11 pitches. And another one, and he gets Smith for out number 2.
Kevin Gausman has waited his whole life for this opportunity, and he's going to make the most of it. Another great split finger pitch, and you can see the downward movement, totally different than Trey Yosavage's splitter. Yosavage's splitter works more like a breaking ball, and Gausman's is a true split finger fastball.
So back-to-back strikeouts to start the night for Gausman. Here's Freddie Freeman. Freeman went 1 for 3 against Gausman in game 2. The one was a double off a splitter that was down below the zone, and he kind of hooked it into the right field corner. That's one of the 2 hits off the splitter in the entire month of October against Gausman.
It was a real good pitch. It was probably a ball low, and Freddie Freeman hit it with one hand, basically. It just hooked it, and he was able to keep it fair down the right field line.
The count on Freeman. Another good split. Boy, his location with the splitter has been spot on in the early going.
I don't think anybody's taken a seat yet.
And they sure won't now. Kevin Gausman in game 6 strikes out the side in the top of the first. He gets Ohtani. He gets Smith. He gets Freeman. What a way to start.
Blue Jays are from. But pride doesn't stop at city limits. It goes beyond. Finding home in more than a city. It takes root in a whole nation. Because home isn't just a point on a map. It's a feeling in our hearts. And right now, this pride can be felt from coast to coast to coast. Now that we've made it this far, it's time to bring it home.
Well, one of the unknowns heading into the game today was, would George Springer be available? John Schneider said yesterday it was pretty close for him to be in there for Game 5. That didn't quite happen, but great to see Springer back in there atop the lineup here tonight. And look at how deep this lineup looks with everybody back in there. And, of course, when you've got your superstar who has been the best hitter in the game in the month of October, that makes everybody better. This is the lineup John Schneider wanted to write in for this game.
Absolutely, and there's production up and down the order, even against a tough pitcher like Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He was great against him in Game 2, as we mentioned. He has thrown back-to-back complete games. Almost unprecedented in Major League standards in postseason. And he has thrown 9 innings against Milwaukee and 9 innings against the Blue Jays.
And you can hear how the crowd feels about Springer being back. He left in the top of the 7th of Game 3, that 18-inning game on a Monday in L.A. And he has hit off the high-velocity machine. He's taken a lot of BP. He's been in the cage. I guess you don't know until you see him really swinging at games. Is he feeling it? You see a little bit longer of a walk back to the plate. Only George and the coaching staff and the medical staff really know what he's dealing with right now.
Yeah, and watch that long swing on a breaking ball, and he's just trying to be as smooth as possible with that swing to keep as little pressure on that side as he can.
On the appeal, didn't go, and it's 2-2.
That's going to hurt as much as a full swing, the check swing. But it only takes one good swing.
Pull foul. Well, he is getting his swings in. He is making Yamamoto throw some pitches. He's given his teammates an idea of what they should look for. Yamamoto. 2-2 again. And ground ball to short. Mookie Betts will throw out Springer by a half step for out number 1.
Yeah, very good extended at bat for George Springer, but it's going to be interesting to see how he feels after that 7-pitch at bat. Nothing wrong with his legs. He got down the line in good shape. Yeah. Pressure on Mookie Betts.
And he was set to pinch run in the 9th inning of Game 5 if Bo Bichette had gotten on. 1 down, and here's Nathan Lucas sitting in the 2 spot. And a fastball for a strike to Lucas, who is hitting .309 in the postseason. And that goes under the glove of Muncy at third, and Lucas is aboard.
Those are plays that kill you when you've got 2 pitchers on the mound that are going toe-to-toe. Those routine plays that aren't converted. That ball sneaks under Muncy's glove, but obviously a very easy play for a third baseman.
It's a base hit, but as you say, it's a play that's got to be made. And this is one of the advantages the Blue Jays felt they had coming into the World Series, was being a better defensive team. Now got a man on for Guerrero. And he'll take a strike on the outside corner. A first pitch cutter from Yamamoto.
Yeah, Guerrero struck out in his first at bat with runners at first and third in that first inning on a curveball. Yamamoto threw Vladdy 3 curveballs in the course of his at-bats, and he got 2 outs on the curveball, struck him out one time, and then got a ground out on another one.
1-1 the count. Everybody on their feet here at Rogers Center. Lucas the lead. And a ground ball to third. Muncy's got this one, and the Dodgers will turn it. So a 1-out base hit for Lucas. Nothing more through an inning. No score.
Coming in, Mr. Springer. Take a seat.
Sit? I mean, I usually stand. What? Why not? This is nice.
Okay.
Seriously. This is living. Can I borrow this?
Why? Hey, George. I'm gonna need that back.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
Monday on Prime. It's Legends versus Legends in the Making. Penguins, Maple Leafs, Monday at 7:30. Prime Monday Night Hockey. It's on Monday. It's only on Prime.
You ever heard of the 4 C's?
Boy band?
Cut, clarity, color, and carat.
Cool.
Yeah, carat's the size of the diamond, but those other 3 C's, that's what's really gonna make your ring pop. And keep that diamond shining bright like that Rihanna song.
I love that song.
Who doesn't?
I feel so much better. You're the best, man.
I'm the best man?
No, I meant...
I know what you meant.
Just don't want to make a mistake.
Don't worry, we won't let you.
We? Dylan, you don't even work here, remember?
Look at that.
Welcome back to Rogers Center. Well, Max Scherzer has witnessed plenty of outstanding rookie performances over his almost 20 years in the majors, but what he has seen from Trey Savage goes beyond comprehension. Scherzer told me that he just couldn't imagine doing what Trey Savage has been doing when he was a rookie back in 2008. Scherzer told me what has stood out the most to him is the way Savage is able to control the zone on a consistent basis and doing it with 3 pitches. Scherzer specifically centered out Savage's splitter. It's so unique, it's so different, it has so much action on it, he said. Even when he throws it at the knees, he gets swing and miss, which is really difficult to accomplish. Scherzer was in awe of Savage's composure back at Dodger Stadium. He said words just cannot describe what an incredible performance Game 5 was. And in reflecting on that start, Scherzer simply shook his head, smiled, and told me it was just awesome. Guys?
It really was. In many ways, Buck, we saw a performance that has never been done before, certainly by someone as young and relatively inexperienced as Savage.
Yeah, he set records for rookie strikeouts in a World Series game. He set records for a Major League pitcher with 12 strikeouts and no walks in a World Series game. I mean, he's been setting records ever since he's come up to the big leagues. Blue Jay franchise records for strikeouts. He's been awesome.
Kevin Gausman, all he did was strike out the side in the top of the first. Ohtani, Smith, and Freeman, Mookie Betts will lead off the second. And Mookie Betts flat out admitted after Game 5 how much much he's struggling. This is a former MVP, a future Hall of Famer, and said to the assembled media after the game, quote, "I'm terrible right now," and he is really fighting it. Dave Roberts has dropped him one more spot in the lineup tonight. Gausman out in front of him, 0-2.
And you know what, when you go through something like this as a hitter, you have doubts in your mind. I don't care how much success you've had in the past. You're just wondering what in the heck's going on and how do I turn it around? Dave Roberts talked about the possibility of one swing, one pitch where he hits the ball hard to the pull side of the diamond. He said that might get him going again, and obviously the Dodgers need his bat.
He gave the Blue Jays some credit for having Ernie Clement basically playing no doubles defense all the time, guarding the line, taking away a couple of hits. And what Dave Roberts says is true, obviously, but it's getting late. It's Game 6 of the World Series right now, but you can never underestimate a player as talented and determined as Mookie Betts.
Now, and he's had success in the past in postseason opportunities. 2020, he hit 2 home runs and drove in 8 runs for the Dodgers in the postseason. 2021, he hit 319 for LA.
Gausman ahead, 1-2. Ground ball to third, right at Clement. 1 down.
Well, one thing, not only does it affect Gausman against the hitters that he throws a lot of first pitch strikes and pounds the strike zone, but because he throws so many pitches in the zone, the infield defense is always on their toes. They always anticipate when Gausman delivers a pitch that the ball's going to be put into play. Everybody's on their toes. Nobody's back on their heels.
Number 5 hitter is Teoscar Hernandez. And after Ohtani, Hernandez has probably been the most productive hitter for the Dodgers, both in October and in this series specifically. You can see he's got 5 home runs in October, and he's driven in a dozen. Does not have good numbers in his career against Gausman. Who's out in front of another hitter, Buck, 0-2.
Yeah, and that's such a huge thing for Kevin. He knows he's got to pound the strike zone, but he also knows everybody that faces him is swinging in the first. He knows he's got, so he's got to locate that first pitch effectively and mix him up.
The 0-2. Got him. Strikeout number 4.
Well, you say, well, how does he mix up 2 pitches? Well, it's about locating the splitter down, throwing enough strikes with your fastball to get these kinds of chases. Teoscar saw it out of his hand, felt like it was going to be a fastball, and swings over the top of that splitter.
What a start for Gausman. 5 up, 5 down, 4 strikeouts. Here's Max Muncy. Of all the Dodger hitters, Muncy has the best numbers off Gausman. He's got 4 career homers off him, including one back in Game 2.
Yeah, he hit a fastball the opposite field in that 7th inning after Will Smith hit a home run.
And he won't chase very much, as we've talked about in the series. Maybe that's part of the reason for his success. He might pick up the splitter a little bit earlier than some of his teammates do. Swings through that one, and it's 1-2. Gausman at 29 pitches so far, 21 of them have been strikes. It's the fastball. Muncy fouls it back.
Got it in a good spot. You know, a few years ago when Kevin Gausman threw a pitch up in his zone, it was a fastball. Anything down in his zone, it was a splitter. But the last couple of years, he has made a change, and now he throws a lot of low fastballs for strikes as well.
Now full on Muncy. You heard like a collective ooh or a groan, but they'll rev up the energy and the intensity again for the next pitch. With Kike Hernandez on deck now for the Dodgers. 3-2. He gets another one. What a start for Kevin Gausman tonight. 6 up, 6 down, 5 strikeouts. Everybody loves it. Blue Jay superfan Geddy Lee among them.
As they are dependable, like the rugged Colorado and the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevrolet truck, dependability comes standard. Right now, get 0% financing on all remaining 2025 Chevrolet trucks on limited terms. Hurry now. Offer ends soon. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
It's a special team, folks, and everybody's standing here at Rogers Center.
This is it.
This is a season to remember.
We've done it before.
Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
And we can do it again.
She's gone! Unbelievable. The Toronto Blue Jays are going to the World Series.
This is our time.
Marshall's buyers travel far and wide to hustle the best of the best for you. They're quality-obsessed, deal-making professionals. We get the deals. You get the good stuff. Marshall's.
Bet365 is paying out before the final pitch.
Check out Bet365's early payout for baseball. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 5-run lead, you get paid no matter the final score. And with early payout, you could be on your way to a winning parlay.
Early payout. Just another reason why it's never ordinary at Bet.
Well, when you look back upon this Blue Jays season, the first couple of months, sometimes it's easy to forget. They weren't scoring much at all. They were on a road trip to Tampa and then Arlington, couldn't buy a hit, and then Bo Bichette had a pinch hit 2-run homer in the 9th inning of the last game in Texas. The Blue Jays won the game 2-0, and for some reason, Buck, it's like that flipped a switch after that.
Yeah, it was a different ballgame after he hit that pinch hit home run. It was in the 9th inning, and he hit it out of the ballpark to make the Blue Jays the winners. They salvaged that final game of that series in Texas, and from then on, they just kind of took off.
Yep. The best offensive team in baseball after that moment. And now Bo Bichette, in spite of the fact he's not 100%, is in the World Series and has been a big part of it. He has had some very big hits for this team in this series.
Yeah, he has 5 hits and 3 ribbies. Basically about 75% healthy.
Looks at a fastball, and it's 0-1.
He had a pinch hit at bats against Yamamoto in game 2 and hit a ball sharply, but it ground out right to the shortstop. He got a cutter against Yamamoto in that game 2 at bat. He came off the bench. Remember, Yamamoto retired the final 20 Blue Jays he faced in that game.
Right. They did not get a man on after the 3rd. You know, and some pitchers are north-south guys, some pitchers are east-west guys. He's both. He can be either.
Yeah, and he's got a wide assortment. The Blue Jays saw 6 pitches from him the last time they faced him.
And he gets Bichette for out number 1.
He's got a great curveball. They got 8 strikeouts against the Jays in game 2, 4 on a fastball and 4 on curveballs. And that's that curveball. It's a tight, spinning, hard-breaking curveball. And you you can see it doesn't go up out of his hand. It comes out of the same plane as his fastball. That's what makes it so challenging.
Now Dalton Varsho gets his first look of the night at Yamamoto. Varsho hitting .258, 3 homers in October. And swings over the top of it. It is 1-1. That's a splitter. It's a hard splitter, 93 miles an hour.
Yeah, and Gausman's splitter will be 86, 87, but Yamamoto's splitter is in the 90s. There's another one.
Yamamoto won the equivalent of the Cy Young Award in Japanese baseball 3 times.
Yeah, it's the Sawamura Award. It was named after a great Dodger pitcher or great Japanese pitcher in the early days. Much like the Cy Young Award was named after the Boston Red Sox big starter.
He's in year 2 of a huge 12-year deal that he signed with the Dodgers prior to last season. And a little pop-up on the infield caught by Betts for out number 2. And he is the first pitcher since 2001 to throw consecutive complete games in the postseason.
Yeah, his numbers are impressive. 18 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk and 13 strikeouts. And the biggest thing, he gave up a first pitch home run in the Milwaukee game and then nothing after that.
Kirk went 0 for 3 with a sac fly against Yamamoto in Game 2. The only run the Blue Jays scored in that game. And one of the things the Blue Jay hitters and John Schneider said about Yamamoto was each time through the order, it was like he was a different guy. And one of the things the Blue Jay hitters and John Schneider said about Yamamoto was each time through the order, it was like he was a different guy. The way he set them up first time through was different from the second, different from the third. Set them up.
Things in the middle of the game. You keep track of different pitches and different hitters.
Falls behind 3-1.
In that notebook, he has the 9 zones of the strike zone, and he'll make notes to himself about what a guy's covering and where he's most vulnerable.
And hardly ever walks anybody. 3-2 now on Kirk.
He's the master of all 6 pitches. I mean, he throws all 6 pitches to good spots in the strike zone.
Remember, it's Halloween. I mean, I'm assuming.
Well, we hope so.
Who knows? And Kirk will lift one to shallow right center. It'll be Tommy Edman who's getting the start in center field tonight to make the catch, and we are through 2 with both pitchers looking very sharp.
Flying to show support for your team, but it is the first time you use the wrong kind of paint.
It says here you could try mayonnaise.
WestJet, where your story takes off.
Okay, how about we write a scary movie? Ooh, spooky. A scary Canadian movie.
Ooh, we can get government funding.
A hockey team. Snowed in at a chalet. No power, no food, and there's a slasher on the loose. This doesn't make any sense.
Why?
Because Skip is Canadian, so Canadians could just skip it. Hey.
Wouldn't life be great if you didn't have to wait for that bucket list trip? Invest with Fidelity, and reaching your goals may just take less time than you think.
It's Miller time. When the clock seems to slow down. And to appreciate it, Miller Lite's got great taste and all 90 calories. It's Miller time.
Absolute final deadline in the New Brunswick Hospital Home Lottery is November 7th. Win the $1.4 million grand prize show home. Add on the $50,000
50/50 and cash calendar to win even more. NBHospitalHomeLottery.com.
Well, the combination of Halloween and Game 6 of the World Series. Got Michael Myers from the Halloween movies here in his best Blue Jay hoodie. A lot of people have come in a festive spirit, some for Halloween. Everybody, of course, for Game 6 of the World Series. A lot of people around the ballpark and around the city. Well, Waldo's here again. We've seen Waldo everywhere where we're going.
Absolutely.
A lot of people have been walking around with Davis Schneider mustaches this week. That's always a very popular one. To each his own.
Very cool. It's a festive night for sure, and I think some of these people would have had so much fun even if it wasn't Halloween.
Game 6 is pretty fun.
Yeah.
No score, top 3. Kike Hernandez will lead it off for the Dodgers. Kevin Gausman is off to quite a start here tonight. Nope. Tries a slider, and he misses low with it. Ball 1 to Hernandez, who was responsible for the only run the Dodgers had in Game 5. Hit a home run off Trey Savage in the 3rd inning. In there, a ball and a strike.
Yeah, the Dodgers have scored only 3 runs in their previous 18 innings. They have really struggled to put at-bats together, and Dave Roberts said, man, we've got to hit. We got to start getting some offense.
This was the 2nd highest scoring team in the major leagues during the regular season. Only the Yankees scored more runs. They scored a ton of runs in the 2-game sweep of Cincinnati in the wild card series, but they have been under 4 runs per game since against the Phillies, Brewers, and now Blue Jays. Two and two.
Now, 4 runs was the magic number for the Blue Jays during the summer. They scored 4 runs. They won a lot of games. And the Dodgers have been hard-pressed to score that many. I think it just reflects how good the Blue Jays pitching staff has been in this World Series.
Strike 3 called as Gausman gets the call. 1 down.
Just enough fastballs in the strike zone to neutralize those hitters with 2 strikes. And he catches the top of the zone on the outside corner. May have wanted it down a little bit. That looked like a slider. He got the slider to the outside corner and caught Kike Hernandez off guard.
So Kevin Gausman has struck out 6 of the first 7 hitters he has faced. Here's Tommy Edman. Line to first over the head of Guerrero and down into the right field corner. Barger will retrieve it, but Edman's got a double.
That ball was hit so hard, Vladdy couldn't get his glove up in time. I think he could have reached it, but it was beyond his glove before he jumped. That's how hard it was hit. You can see it's past him before he gets to the top of his jump, and Tommy Edman has the first hit, first base runner for the Dodgers.
A 1-out double, and here's the number 9 hitter, Miguel Rojas, getting his first start of the World Series. Dave Roberts talked about needing to get him in the lineup. A veteran, a glue guy. He used the words intensity, energy, so he's at second. Edman is out in center, so no Alex Call, no Andy Pages, neither one of them in the lineup tonight. Rojas, a good fundamental player, a good contact hitter. 1-1 the count.
Now, this is his 3rd start in this postseason. He actually started game in the World Series against New York last year. Always been a tough out. Swings the bat very well.
1-1 the count. swung at a ball that, I don't know if it hit him or the bat. I guess it hit the bat, but either way, it's a strike. I mean, if he didn't swing, he wouldn't have gotten out of the way of that.
Yeah, and it's 96 as well. It's a good heater, and he barely got his hands out of the way.
If it didn't hit the bat, it would have hit him right in the chest.
That was a good fastball.
1-2. Ooh, he thought about it, but he checked the swing. Gausman is putting that splitter where he wants to so far here tonight.
And now here's an opportunity for him to use that fastball or the slider down and away. Rojas has to be thinking about getting another split on this pitch.
Fastball at the knees for strike 3 call.
Caught him off guard. Anything low in the past was a splitter. Not the case anymore. Good fastball right at the bottom of the strike zone.
And now with a base open and 2 outs in the inning, John Schneider is going to send Shohei Ohtani to first base on an intentional walk.
Why not?
Why not? That's an excellent question. There's no rebuttal for that question.
The Blue Jays walked him 5 times in Game 3, including 3 intentional walks.
So first and second, 2 down, and it'll be Will Smith, who struck out in the first. Slider outside for ball 1.
Smith drove in 3 runs against Gausman in Game 2. RBI single in the first and a home run later on in that game.
All-star catcher. He hits it hard towards the left field corner. It's a fair ball off the wall. 1 run will score on the play as Edman is in. Ohtani is held at third, and an RBI double by Smith has given the Dodgers the early lead.
I'm a little surprised they stopped Ohtani. Nathan Lucas was having trouble digging the ball out of the corner down in the left field corner. Ohtani can fly, and this is another splitter that's down and in, probably a ball low, but Will Smith keeps it fair off the wall down in the corner. And Nathan Lucas had a little trouble digging it out, but Ohtani was stopped at third.
Freddie Freeman. If you're the Blue Jays offense, you obviously feel a 1-run deficit, especially early, is manageable, but these are some of the key moments in any game. 2 outs, 2 in scoring position, base hit scores a couple, can Gausman get Freeman and minimize the damage? Scooped by Kirk, he keeps it in front of him.
This is kind of interesting because they walked Ohtani with the base open, and they could do the same with Freddie Freeman because they have Mookie Betts on deck, and Mookie has really struggled in this World Series. It's an option that I'm sure they thought about.
For what it's worth, Gausman generally does better against left-handed batters, a reverse splits guy, and he does have better numbers in his matchups with Freeman than he does with Betts over the course of their careers. But obviously this is a very talented and dangerous hitter. 3-1.
I don't think Gausman's going to give in to him now. He is wise enough to know that he would just as soon be better off to start with a fresh count against Mookie Betts.
Even between innings, Yamamoto is working on his craft. And that's ball 4 to load the bases, and Mookie Betts will come up. And Pete Walker will make a trip to the mound.
Yeah, this is just a rest stop for Kevin Gausman. Just a chance for Pete Walker to go out there and help Kevin catch his breath here. Been an extended inning. So he's out just to go over the the plan against Mookie Betts. You got to be careful on the first pitch to Mookie Betts after issuing the walk. He's looking for it.
For the second time, he's got 8 through 3 innings, but the Dodgers a 3 spot here in the third.
Coverage across Canada. Places where it's hard to reach 911 or just check in. Introducing Rogers Satellite, a new satellite to mobile texting service that connects your phone in areas without cell service, so you can connect here, or even here. And now anyone on any provider can try it for free. Rogers Satellite. The sky's the limit.
Style or substance, form or function. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra Denali Ultimate. What we choose to know, we know completely. We are professional grade.
This is Kathy. She's changing the eyewear game.
I could never find eyewear that actually fit my nose.
Here comes Adam with socks that stand out just like him.
I have a lot of ideas, and this one I pursued.
And here's Alex closing in. Second-gen jeweler pushing tradition forward.
I brought 3D printing into the jewelry business.
They're not just small business owners, they're the all-stars. With Intuit QuickBooks, they get a complete view of their business all in one platform. Growth isn't just a goal, it's a game plan.
Subway Cyber Sub Days are here, so we've baked up a fresh deal. Buy 1 foot-long sub in the app, get one for $2. That's right, but don't wait. This offer ends November 9th. Join Subway MVP Rewards and use the code to get this exclusive app deal. Wouldn't life be great if you didn't have to wait to upsize for your dream retirement? Invest with Fidelity, and reaching your goals may just take less time than you think.
As they have been doing the entire postseason, Rogers is giving away hundreds of tickets to lucky fans and loyal customers for every home game throughout the end, right to the end of the World Series. And here are today's happy winners. And here's a couple of very familiar faces. Standing to the right of your screen there, that's Jack Morris. And then sitting to the left of your screen, along with his son, is Paul Molitor, the World Series MVP back in 1993.
Two of the real terrific players, both Hall of Famers here tonight, and they both live in Minnesota. And Jack called up Paul and says, we need to go to Toronto for Friday night's Game 6, and here they are.
That is cool. You and I have been talking all month long about how many former Blue Jays, even if they played for multiple other teams, still feel like they're such a big part of this franchise.
Absolutely. They really track the Blue Jays, what they're doing, and they know everything about what's going on.
Addison Barger will lead off the bottom of the third. The Blue Jays down 3-0 against Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Barger having a big World Series. He is 8 for 17 so far. That's a .471 average. He's got a home run and 5 RBIs. Pulls that one foul, and it remains 1-2.
If you're wondering about a 3-run lead, Yamamoto, he gave up 3 runs to the Phillies in that loss against Philadelphia. 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. He gave up a home run to Kyle Schwarber. So he is not superhuman. He will give up some runs.
That's a fair ball just inside the line. It'll bounce out into shallow left, and Barger's into second base.
Well, that was another good swing by Addison Barger. He stayed on that pitch and kept it fair inside the bag at third. And then it hit that wall jutting out into fair territory. You see the ball bounces back into fair territory. It's a long run for Kike Hernandez. Mark Budzinski points out that the left fielder's not going to get it, so Hollis go to second. And he hustles in there with a double.
And maybe this is the start of another one of the bottom of the order got things cooking for the Blue Jays. Here's Ernie Clement, who's been cooking all October. He's hitting .391 in the postseason and brings an 11-game hitting streak into this one. You don't often talk about hitting streaks in the playoffs, but he's got at least one hit in 11 consecutive games.
The Blue Jays' record for a postseason hit streak is 12. Pat Borders, the catcher in '92, had a 12-game hit streak, and he was named the MVP of the World Series.
Shows you how good he was that on that star-studded 92 team. Pat Borders won MVP. He was great. And Clement swings over the top of it and strikes out against Yamamoto for out number 1. A rare strikeout here in October for Ernie.
Yeah, second strikeout of the ball game. He got Bo on a curveball, and this is that split finger pitch. And you can see it's hard. He'll throw it in the low 90s, as Dan mentioned earlier in this game, and it's a hard split finger pitch.
That's just the 5th strikeout in 69 plate appearances for Clement. Here's Andres Jimenez. I think even if you get one this inning, it makes you feel a little bit better. Just chip away, get something back. Long way to go. Good take there, 2-0. This is something that Jimenez has done extraordinarily well in the playoffs. 7 for 14, a .500 average with runners in scoring position, and he's looking at Barger out at second. Boy, he's using that splitter a lot right now.
Well, he used it a lot against the Jays in that start before. He threw 34 split finger pitch, just 25 four-seam fastballs, and 23 curves. So he's leaning heavily on the splitter again tonight.
Elevated fastball misses, 3-1.
Well, he can throw that cutter now, too. He's already got Jimenez thinking about the split finger pitch. He's seen the fastball. This is where the cutter becomes very effective.
Right back to the split, 3-2. He'll throw it ahead in the count, even in the count, behind in the count, doesn't matter. George Springer is out on deck. Again, did not look all that comfortable in his first at bat. But he is trying to fight his way through it. Sharply hit. Rojas at second has it. And it makes a good play to get Jimenez. Barger comes to third of a 2 down.
Yeah, the veteran Rojas, it was hit so hard on one hop, he knew he had extra time. He gets it very quickly, goes to a knee and pops up and makes sure he throws a good strike to Freddie Freeman for the second out of the inning. He had plenty of time because it was hit so hard.
So Barger at third. Barger a very alert, aggressive base runner. Got to keep an eye on pitches in the dirt here. The batter is Springer, who takes in ball 1. Springer grounding out to short his first time up. In terms of what the injury is for Springer, nobody with the team ever said anything like oblique or anything like that. Right side discomfort was all that was said. So maybe it's more of a pain tolerance than an aggravated kind of situation. But clearly Springer not 100%, but wants to do anything he can to be in the lineup in a game like this. Looked like he checked it, and he did. It's ball 3.
Potentially, there are only 2 more games in the season, so you don't worry about re-aggravating it. He's got all winter to heal. If he can swing it, you want him in the lineup.
Barger will come in to score, and how about George Springer?
All he needed is one swing, and that was a good one right there. And then you made a great point about momentum. They scored 3 in the top of the inning. Blue Jays answer with one of their own. Big hit for George Springer. What a season he has had. That fastball's up in the zone. You see there's nothing wrong with his legs. Comes out of the box, hopeful of getting that past the center fielder, Edman.
Did that on a 3-0 pitch. Obviously a guy like advantage of it. Hit that ball 110 miles an hour as well to cash in Barger with the first Blue Jay run of the night. And Barger now telling Varsho about what he saw from Yamamoto. Here's Lucas, and by the way, a scoring change. It's now been changed to an error on Max Muncy instead of a base hit for Lucas. Lucas with a fly ball to left. Kike Hernandez back, but he's got room to make the catch. And the inning is over, but George Springer is back. And George Springer has driven in the first run of the night for the Blue Jays. A line drive single to center at the end of 3. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Blue Jays 1.
Brought to you by Rogers, proud owner of Canada's team. Let's bring it home.
McCain, together is golden.
Sweet.
Spicy.
Oh, it's the sauce. The Batter's Box is back. 6 pieces of signature chicken, medium taters, medium gravy, and 2 biscuits. Get it with Jose's new sweet habanero sauce for $22.99. Only at Mary Brown's Chicken.
Crave delicious, crave Canadian.
10 times better performance can make a big difference. Castrol Edge gives your engine 10 times better high-stress performance. Castrol Edge. Better oil for maximum performance.
You ever heard of the 4 C's?
Boy band?
Cut, clarity, color, and carat.
Cool.
Yeah, carat's the size of the diamond, but those other 3 C's, that's what's really gonna make your ring pop. And keep that diamond shining bright like that Rihanna song.
I love that song.
Who doesn't?
I feel so much better. You're the best, man.
I'm the best man?
No, I meant...
I know what you meant.
Just don't want to make a mistake.
Don't worry, we won't let you.
We? Dylan? You don't even work here, remember?
Look at that, it's time for my break.
Charm Diamond Centers, part of your perfect proposal.
This is a season to remember.
Welcome back. George Springer puts the Blue Jays on the board with an RBI single. He addressed the team prior to the ALDS, and his message was to treat these postseason games like any other game in the regular season. It's the same game, he said, and then added, when you play it up more in your head, that's when you start putting pressure on yourself. Springer pointed out no one can ever take what they accomplished away from them this season. We earned this, he said. No matter what happens, no one can say we didn't have a successful season. And guys, Springer has had a huge hand in that.
Hazel, thank you. No doubt about it. You don't win the hardest division in baseball, then beat the Yankees or the Mariners without being an awfully good team, and George Springer a huge part of it. You saw head athletic trainer Jose Ministral putting maybe some sort of a heating pad, a heat wrap on Springer, who again is the DH, so he's got a while to get whatever treatment may help him before his next at-bat. Here's Max Muncy to lead off the 4th for the Dodgers, and swings over the top of the split. It's 0-1. Muncy struck out against Gausman in the 2nd. Gausman's given up 3 runs, but he's got 8 strikeouts through 3 innings. Ground ball left side, gobbled up by Clement, fully forced out.
It's a big inning for the Blue Jays. After you score in your half of the 3rd inning, you'd love Kevin Gausman to throw up a 0 and get your hitters back up on offense.
Now Kike Hernandez, who is called out on strikes in the 3rd. First pitch swinging, and he pops it up. Guerrero is called off by his buddy Bichette. 2 down. It's funny, there was a time many years ago, obviously Bo's been a shortstop for almost the entirety of his career, but when they were coming up through the minors, Vladdy was a 3rd baseman, so they were together on the left side of the infield, but circumstances have taken both of them over to the right side. They're just glad to be on a field together playing in a big ball game.
Absolutely, and it is a big ball game, Game 6 of the World Series.
Here's Tommy Edman, who got it started for the Dodgers in the top of the third with a double. Eventually came in to score the first run of the night. Splitter in there, 0-1.
Yeah, hit a first pitch fastball for a double down the right field line. Pitch was up in the zone on the inner half, and he lined it over Vladdy Guerrero all the way down into the right field corner.
Ball, says home plate umpire Adam Hammery, and it's 1-1 on Edman. John Schneider said it was pretty much business as usual after Game 5. Even with that win meaning so much, he said, after the game in the clubhouse, on the plane, at the workout yesterday, coming into the ballpark today, he said that they look pretty much the same as they always do. 1-2 to count. And taken low, ball 2. Mookie Betts with the big hit in this game. A 2-out, 2-run single. Good velocity. Edman fouls it back.
Yeah, he's had a good fastball all game long. There was just that first pitch fastball to Tommy Edman last inning that he got on top of and started that 3-run rally.
And again the 2-2 and another pop-up. This one will be in Clement's direction, and it's a 3-up, 3-down, top of the fourth for Kevin Gausman. You're watching the 2025 World Series on Sportsnet.
From, but pride doesn't stop at city limits. It goes beyond, finding home in a whole nation. Because home isn't just a point on a map, it's a feeling in our hearts. And right now, we can feel it from coast to coast to coast. Now that we've made it this far, it's time to bring it home.
Chevrolet believes the truck should be as capable as they are dependable. Like the rugged Colorado and the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevrolet truck, dependability comes standard. Right now, get 0% financing on all remaining 2025 Chevrolet trucks on limited terms. Hurry now. Offer ends soon. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Cookies. Or cream. Crunchy cookies or smooth cream. How about both?
If Connor McDavid and Connor Bedard had childhood ambitions to become architects, CIBC would work with them every step of the way.
How you doing?
Hi, Connors.
Or if they wanted to be music producers.
Let's see here. I like that.
Or motorbike mechanics.
Look at that.
Whatever their ambition, CIBC would be there with a personalized plan. Just like we'll have a personalized plan for your ambitions too.
Together, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette many years ago now, and they have become and remain as close as brothers, and now they stand potentially on the cusp of a World Series championship. Their relationship goes back to 2017 in A-Ball.
Vladdy was 18, Bo was 19, and their manager was John Schneider. So these three have been linked at the hip for their entire careers throughout the organization, and they would nothing other than to bring home a World Series title for their manager. They started out with John Schneider many years ago in the minors.
Before every game, Each team sends one player to the interview room to spend time or to answer questions for the media. Bo Bichette was the player today for the Blue Jays, and one of the questions he was asked was about his impending free agency and contract and this and that. And Bo gave the perfect answer, and in typical Bo fashion, he said, "I don't have time to think about that now. I'm trying to win a World Series." Yep. Guerrero takes a cutter on the corner for a strike. Glad he grounded into a 5-4-3 double play in the first. Inside, 1-1.
Picture this, a phone with a pro camera.
Andre P. It just really pleased me to watch Kirk's big-ass run, says Andre P. Yeah, I saw him coming into the stadium today, Andre. He looks like just like...
Line, foul, still 2-2. Trying to grind Yamamoto a little bit. Here's his 7th pitch to Alejandro Kirk. And it's hit foul right side, out of play again.
Starting to elevate that pitch count. 65 pitches now in the outing for Yamamoto. Great at-bat from Alejandro Kirk, just fouling off tough pitches, trying to stay alive in this at-bat.
Kirk thought he might have broke his bat, flipped it around, banged the knob off the dirt, but is content with it and has it in his hands again. 8th pitch to Kirk. And it's hit foul back to the right.
I would imagine that Dave Roberts is going to ride Yamamoto as long as he can. 110, 115. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes up to 120.
27-year-old righty's 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got a chase on a splitter well inside. 4th K for Yamamoto, 1 out.
That split finger might have started at the hip of Alejandro Kirk. A little frustration on the body language down there from Alejandro Kirk. Like you said, that thing was well out of the strike zone.
Kirk in battle mode almost decided to swing right away. So 1 out and Addison Barger up. He doubled in the 3rd. The pitch. Outside, ball 1. Barger later came in to score on a Springer RBI single for the Blue Jays' lone run in this game. They trail 3-1. 1 out, bases empty, bottom of the 5th. 1-0 pitch. Outside again, 2-0.
Pretty confident take there from Barger.
He's locked in. That double made him 9 for 18 in the World Series so far. 2-0.
Meet Olivia and Zoe. They switched to TD Insurance and saved 23% on their car insurance.
Right on left, here's the pitch. Slow curve, called outside. Probably one of those 50-50 pitches. Could have gone either way. It's 3-1.
That's actually a good call because I think it wraps around the plate.
Yamamoto twists and deals. Barger takes 97, bottom middle, strike 2. Full count now with 1 out. Muncy, the third baseman, playing a little bit closer to the third baseline. Barger this game and last game has burned them a couple times when they shift against him. Everyone else, though, still shifting generally toward first. Payoff pitch. Called, strike 3. 97 might have been a hair low. Barger turned back, said no, and then he'll walk back to the third base dugout. Back-to-back K's Yamamoto, 2 down.
I mean, we're seeing the replay, and that's a great take from Addison Barger. The whole ball was below that strike zone. I mean, he had a quick word for home plate umpire Adam Hamry, and it's just a tough call.
2 out, space is empty. Ernie Clement is up, 0 for 1 in the game. The wind in the pitch. On the ground, up the middle, on the run, Betts fumbles with it in shallow center, and Clement is safe at first. Mookie Betts had to range back it up the middle, and that might be a base hit for Clement because I'm not sure Betts could turn and make the play, but he never gave himself a chance as he fumbled with the grounder.
And here comes Andres Gimenez, who has had so many big base hits for the Toronto Blue Jays in this playoff run. It's a big spot for him. You want to score that run from first base, although there is 2 outs.
3-1 Dodgers. Yamamoto deals. And Gimenez lifts it left center. Going back, Edman makes the grab in front of the warning track to end the inning. Through 5, Yamamoto has allowed only 1 run, and despite the Blue Jays out-hitting the Dodgers, they trail.
This moment right now is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Introducing Genius Bank, the award-winning bank that does things differently for our kind of genius. Spelled with a J, award-winning can mean many things, like most locations. But who still goes to the bank? For us, award-winning means Best Newcomer Bank of 2025 by Bankrate. Visit geniusbank.com. Genius with a J. Genius Bank registered trademark is a division of SMBC Menubank. Awards are independently granted by their respective publication and are not indicative of future success or results.
You can't have a true Texas barbecue without Mexican corn dip, made with Kraft Real Mayo. That's why families have trusted us for nearly 100 years to make every bite feel like home. Made with eggs sourced from local farms and whisked together with a handful of simple ingredients. Kraft Real Mayo delivers a creamy texture and balanced taste Texas loves. So pick up Kraft Real Mayo at your local grocery store today. Love it or your money back. Offer limited to U.S. residents only, 18 years of age or older. Limit of 1 refund per brand. Offer valid only on eligible participating products.
October baseball is here, which means the MLB stage is bigger, the lights brighter, and your style, it's gotta rise with it. From fresh jerseys and iconic caps to hoodies, jackets, and must-have accessories, every postseason fit tells a story because October baseball isn't just play, it's what you live, it's what you wear, it's showing off and showing out. So this October, go big, go bold. Rep your squad's postseason moment at MLBshop.com. MLB trademarks used with permission.
Looking for some iced caffeine, left you in the cold. No one knows why brown water costs as much as liquid gold. Told them your name was Brian, why does this cup say Nicole? But then you found paradise in your cup at the Quick Trip. No regrets to start your day.
Are you ready to round the bases with Base Balderdash?
Today's phrase is climbing the ladder.
Do you know what it means?
Climbing the ladder. When a pitcher delivers a series of pitches out of the strike zone.
Kevin Gausman on 82 pitches, out for a 6th inning of work, facing the middle-ish of the Dodger order. Freeman, Betts, Teoscar Hernandez.
And there is some movement down there in that Blue Jays bullpen. Louis Varland is now getting loose.
John Schneider said they have an opportunity. They're going to go for it tonight. And he said there's 2 days left, so going for it tonight doesn't really kill your chances at going for it again tomorrow, obviously within reason. Pitch to Freddie Freeman. Called strike 0-1. Dodgers, conversely, have to go for it tonight. It's the first time in the 2025 season they face elimination. Only lost 1 game in the 3 rounds before the World Series. 0-1 to Freeman. Popped up, back is short. Moving back, Andres Gimenez. He makes the grab, and there's 1 out.
That's a great pitch. To a guy as powerful as Freddie Freeman, you go right inside with that good 4-seam fastball. Just absolutely blew him up.
Big out for Gausman, and now the reason that the Dodgers are leading. Mookie Betts is up. And despite struggling overall in the playoffs, what a massive hit he had in the 3rd. A 2-run single, that's the difference in this 3-1 game. Gausman's pitch. Called strike 0-1. By the way, once Gausman completed an inning and a 3rd tonight, he matched and has now passed Trey Savage for the most innings pitched in a single playoff run in Blue Jays history. Right-handers 0-1. Down and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. When you add regular and postseason, Gausman over 220 innings this year. Infield plays deep, so does the outfield for Betts. With 1 out, the 1-1. Tapped in front of the plate. Kirk tried to grab it before it went foul, but hands thrown up in the air by Adam Hammery. Kirk actually barehanded, went to tag, but instead it's 1-2 on a foul ball.
Such a smart catcher. A lot of catchers would just leave that and not try to barehand it, but Kirk doing everything he can to get an out here in this Game 6.
That was close, non-reviewable play. 1-2. Up the middle, a soft bouncer, curling around at Bichette, gloves, throws on the run to first, and there are 2 down, and that looked like a healthier Bo Bichette defensively than we've seen in a while. 2 down.
Yeah, if you're wondering if Bo Bichette is closing in on 100% healthy, that should answer your question right there. We've seen Bo Bichette do that a lot over the course of his career at shortstop, and he does it right there at second base.
John Schneider did mention today that Bo Bichette made a pretty big leap from Game 2 to Game 3. Not 100%, but looking a lot more like himself. 2 down, the pitch to Teoscar Hernandez, called strike 1. Since that 3-run third inning, Gausman has retired the last 9, a streak that started with a Hernandez strikeout. Former teammates battling, members of the 2022 Jays. The 0-1. Bounced, 1 ball, 1 strike. That's the first ball that Hernandez has seen, or at least has not offered at. Gausman previously punched him out twice, both on splitters, both in 0-2 counts. 90 pitches for Kevin Gausman. They're trying to get him through the 6th. His 1-1. Swing and a miss. Awkward there from Hernandez. Couldn't catch up with 95 in. It's 1-2.
Well, he definitely wasn't expecting a 4-seam heater right there.
They've worked him down and away so much and then just busted him inside with 95 as Louis Varland continues to warm in left field. Gausman set. He kicks and offers a 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, 2-2. Couldn't get a chase on a slider. Step onto the middle of the rubber. Gausman staring in at Hernandez. Shakes, then nods. Hands put together. Bouncing his left foot. With 2 outs. The 2-2. On the ground is short. Coming to his left, Jimenez gathers, throws to first, in time, 10 in a row set down by Kevin Gausman. Still 3-1 Dodgers, but the top of the order comes up for the 3rd time in this game when we come back in the bottom of the 6th. You're listening to Blue Jays World Series Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center, streaming on the Sportsnet app.
Introducing Genius Bank, the award-winning bank that does things differently for our kind of genius. Spelled with a J, award-winning can mean many things, like most locations. But who still goes to the bank? For us, award-winning means Best Newcomer Bank of 2025 by Bankrate. Visit geniusbank.com. Genius with a J. Genius Bank registered trademark is a division of SMBC Manubank. Awards are independently granted by their respective publication and are not indicative of future success or results.
You can't have a true Texas barbecue without Mexican corn dip, made with Kraft Real Mayo. For nearly 100 years, Texas families have trusted its creamy, balanced taste to make every bite feel like home. So pick up Kraft Real Mayo at the store today.
October baseball is here, which means the MLB stage is bigger, the lights brighter, and your style, it's gotta rise with it. From fresh jerseys and iconic caps to hoodies, jackets, and must-have accessories, every postseason fit tells a story, because October baseball isn't just play, it's what you live, it's what you wear, it's showing off and showing out. So this October, go big, go bold. Rep your squad's postseason moment at MLBshop.com. MLB trademarks used with permission.
Digging, loading, transporting, or cleaning, Case G Series wheel loaders are built to run hard, not hot, day in and day out. With its impressive combination of features including SCR engine technology, superior breakout force, unmatched fuel efficiency, best-in-class visibility, and state-of-the-art cab, the Case G Series is resetting the standard for overall productivity for the lowest total cost of operation. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by your local ASCO today.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.
4 for the Blue Jays, 3 for the Dodgers. George Springer up, first pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball to short. Betts gathers. Crow hops, throws to first. 1 pitch, 1 out for Yamamoto. And that's big for Yamamoto and the Dodgers as they try and push him on in this game.
Yeah, that's probably worst case scenario if you're a Blue Jay. You want to work count still. You want to put pressure on Yamamoto, elevate that pitch count, and try to get into that Dodgers bullpen. Obviously, 1 pitch, 1 out. It's not ideal.
Tough thing, though, is he makes so few mistakes. It's a sinker right down the middle. And someone has come on the field. Well, I hope the couple thousand was worth it for 5.5 innings. Because he's going to owe a couple thousand more, most likely. As we await the police to take him to his new hotel room for the night.
Yeah, but we were talking about the pitch count, or the potential pitch count of Yoshinobu Yamamoto. And in Japan, generally speaking, you throw more pitches as a starter. I've seen guys throw 130, 140, even 150 pitches, but he hasn't been in Japan for a couple of years now, so you have to imagine the body, the arm aren't ready for that elevated pitch count of 115, 120.
Most he's thrown this year is 113. That came in his wild card game start against the Cincinnati Reds. He's thrown 110 4 times if you combine regular and postseason. Just tossing some warm-up pitches now as they escort the perpetrator off the field. Gives us a second to go to the St. Louis Bar and Grill out-of-town scoreboard. Toronto Raptors with 2.5 minutes left in Cleveland, leading 100-94. Brandon Ingram, R.J. Barrett, both with 18 points to lead the team. Leading scorer in the game is Evan Mobley with 25 for Cleveland. Out-of-town scores brought to you by St. Louis Bar and Grill. 1 out, bottom of the 6th, 3-1 Dodgers, and Yamamoto offers home to Lucas. In the dirt, ball 1. No one has moved a muscle in the pen in right field of the Dodgers. Louis Varland still tossing in the left field pen as Lucas leans in and takes a hung curveball for a strike, 1-1.
I don't think unless your name is Roki Sasaki, you'll, at least if everything goes to plan for Dave Roberts, you'll be in this ballgame.
Yamamoto with his 79th pitch of the night. Lucas takes. It's off the outside corner, ball 2. Trying to do anything you can to get on here if you're Lucas. Vladdy is on deck. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Late on 96. Borderline pitch on the outside edge. 2-2. They shift him toward first. Give him the 5-6 hole in between Betts and Muncy. 2-2 pitch. Low ball 3. And Lucas working Yamamoto to 5 pitches so far as he takes that splitter.
He's starting to shift the sequencing a little bit. He's throwing more fastballs in breaking ball off-speed counts.
Tricky righties, payoff pitch. Lifted out to center, high and medium depth. Edman going back, makes a one-handed catch. 2 outs for Yamamoto in the bottom of the 6th inning.
That was the cutter there from Yamamoto. It's so important to have that cutter, to be able to throw strikes with that cutter, because when you're in a fastball count like a 3-2 or 3-0, you can flip that cutter in and it misses a ton of barrels. He misses the barrel of Nathan Lucas there with a good cutter.
2 outs.
Yeah, that's no problem. I'm gonna go make a coffee.
Called strike. Splitter might have just grazed the inside edge. 0-1. Yamamoto quickly back onto the rubber, wanting to work with pace here. Is 0-1 to Vlad. Down and away. The tricky thing about Yamamoto is we'll say he left some mistakes out there, some pitches over the middle, but because he's changing speed so often, it's not as hittable as it might look sometimes on the strike zone diagram. Here's 1-1. Line toward left. On the run, Kike Hernandez. It's over his head, bouncing into the wall. Vladdy around first. He'll jog into second. 2-out double. Trying to kickstart a rally here in the bottom of the sixth. He's barking back at the Blue Jay dugout.
That's the second time tonight that Yamamoto hasn't thrown the curveball where he wanted it. Vlad was a little bit out in front, but that was a hanging breaking ball on the outer third. He wanted that pitch down. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hits it down that line just beyond the reach of Kike Hernandez. He's at second base with 2 outs in the inning, and here comes Bo Bichette. I would probably be surprised if they give anything hittable in this situation with that open base at first base, although you don't want to put the tying run on base.
Mark Pryor out there with a Dodger translator for Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who's given up more hits than Kevin Gausman. 5 hits to Gausman's 3, but the Dodgers strung them all together in 1 inning. Here comes Bo Bichette, though, after this mound meeting. Adam Hammery, the home plate ump, out there to break it up. Bo Bichette will come up as the tying run, although we have not seen an extra base hit from Bichette since he returned in Game 1 of the World Series.
He did smoke that ball off the wall in L.A., though, and he just missed a home run. If he got underneath it a little bit, it would have been his first home run of the postseason. But as we've talked about so often, Bo Bichette is slowly starting to look like he has over the course of his career. The at-bats are better, the swings are better, and what a big spot for him with 2 outs in this inning.
Guerrero on second, 3-1 Dodgers. Last run was scored by the Blue Jays in the bottom of the third. Bottom 6 now. Yamamoto on 85 pitches. Looks in, kicks and fires. First pitch curve, strike 1. Froze Bichette and landed on the outside corner. First signs of stirring in the pen and right field of LA as Yamamoto works with a runner in scoring position. Here's 0-1. Upstairs, check swing. Bichette on 96, letter high. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's actually a good pitch from Yamamoto because it changes the eye level of Bo Bichette. Now you can start going back down with that off-speed stuff.
Bichette resting the bat on his right shoulder, popping it off slightly. 1-1 pitch. Upstairs again, moved his head out of the way of 96. 2 balls and 1 strike, and if any pitch has been tough for him to command tonight, it's probably that 4-seamer that he's left up plenty of times.
Yeah, it hasn't been as good, at least command-wise, as it was in that first start he had.
2-1 count. Bo trying to drive in Vladdy from second. The pitch off the end of the bat, foul out in front of a slider at 88. Bichette lost his helmet, and it's 2-2. This guy barely throws a slider, and in 2 big spots against Bo Bichette, he's given it to him twice.
And Bo Bichette had a pretty uncomfortable swing, was way out in front of that pitch. 2 good fastballs above the strike zone, then mixes in that slider that probably looked like a fastball out of the hands. That's why Bo Bichette was way out in front of it.
He struck out Bichette on a slider in the second. Bo had a single to left in the fourth. A single to the outfield likely scores Vlad, who's running on contact. 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch. High ball 3. Another 4-seamer left up. That one at 94 miles an hour. And as we speak, Justin Wroblewski is getting loose in the Dodger pen in right field.
Obviously not what Dave Roberts wants to see. He doesn't want that bullpen moving down there. He wants
Yo, do you hear me?
to continue.
Yamamoto's 91st pitch of the start, a 3-2. And it's hit back foul. Hanging slider that time. Bo a little bit ahead of it again. Still a full count.
But again, the more you see a pitch, the more you work a pitcher, the more comfortable you become standing in that batter's box. Bo Bichette has seen 2 sliders and 4 fastballs in this at-bat.
Next pitch for Yamamoto will be his 7th to Bichette and 17th of the inning. He's going to step off and pretend to throw to second. No one was over to receive that pickoff throw. Vladdy, though, skipping back to second just to be safe. Now Yamamoto set again. 3-1 Dodgers. Full count, 2 outs. His pitch to Bichette. Up and in, ball 4. That's the first bat splitter we've maybe seen all night from Yamamoto. Almost hit Bichette, and it's over. Bo down to first. First and second second now for the Blue Jays, and the go-ahead run is represented by Dalton Varsho.
And I like this matchup here. Dalton Varsho hits hanging split fingers. He hits fastballs very well over the heart of the plate. And it seems to me like Yamamoto is losing command of his pitches just a little bit here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Next pitch for Yamamoto is his 93rd of the night. He deals to Varsho. Foul back into the midsection of Cole Smith, the catcher, 0-1. We were remarking last time, Yamamoto left his splitter up to Varsho. He was just on top of it, and instead of crushing it, it turned into a ground ball double play.
Yeah, he barreled it up, hit it pretty hard at second baseman Miguel Rojas.
Bichette on first, Guerrero on second, 3-1 Dodgers, bottom of the 6th inning. Yamamoto's 0-1. In the dirt, trapped by Smith. To Splitter, that was a ball out of the hand.
Yeah, an easy take for Varsho.
Next pitch for Yamamoto will be his 95th. He rocks and deals. Varsho hits a high bouncer toward first. It's foul, and it's 1-2. At this point, Yamamoto has actually been less pitch efficient than Kevin Gausman, who was through 6 in 94 pitches. Yamamoto at 95. But of course, his Dodgers have a 3-1 lead over Gausman's Blue Jays in Game 6 of the World Series. Right-hander set. 2 on, 2 out. The 1-2 to Varsho. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He got him on a splitter to strand a pair and end the inning. No runs, a hit to left. Still 3-1 Dodgers as we roll on to the 7th. You're listening to Blue Jays World Series Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center, streaming on the Sportsnet app and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Somewhere along the way, you stopped feeling like yourself.
Introducing Genius Bank, the award-winning bank that does things differently for our kind of genius. Spelled with a J, award-winning can mean many things, like most locations. But who still goes to the bank? For us, award-winning means Best Newcomer Bank of 2025 by Bankrate. Visit geniusbank.com. Genius with a J. Genius Bank registered trademark is a division of SMBC Bank. Awards are independently granted by their respective publication and are not indicative of future success or results.
You can't have a true Texas barbecue without Mexican corn dip, made with Kraft Real Mayo. That's why families have trusted us for nearly 100 years to make every bite feel like home. Made with eggs sourced from local farms and whisked together with a handful of simple ingredients. Kraft Real Mayo delivers a creamy texture and balanced taste Texas loves. So pick up Kraft Real Mayo at your local grocery store today. Love it or your money back. Offer limited to U.S. residents only. 18 years of age or older. Limit of 1 refund per brand. Offer valid only on participating products.
Anyone who loves playing baseball or softball knows that one of the first steps in that journey is breaking in your first glove. It's where your love of the game began. Where does your child's baseball or softball journey begin? Go to playball.org to get started. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Digging, loading, transporting, or cleaning, Case G Series wheel loaders are built to run hard, not hot, day in and day out. With its impressive combination of features including SCR engine technology, superior breakout force, unmatched fuel efficiency, best-in-class visibility, and state-of-the-art cab, the Case G Series is resetting the standard for overall productivity for the lowest total cost of operation. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by your local ASCO today.
Guess who said the following?
I just didn't want to come out. The guys kept fighting. I got to congratulate the Atlanta Braves. What a great series. I mean, they fought us tooth and nail. Perseverance, I guess. I just didn't want to quit, and somehow we figured out a way to win this thing.
That's Jack Morris after outdueling John Smoltz in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series. Catch the next great moment on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right, down the line. It may go.
17. Varland has been their go-to guy to try and bridge from a starter to a high-leverage guy in the pen.
And he's been mostly good. He's had a couple of outings where he's given up a couple of runs, but every single outing he's had has been very high leverage. This one no different.
It's his 4th appearance of the World Series, and he offers home to Max Muncy. Check swing, pitches down, no appeal to third, ball 1. So Kevin Gausman's night ends 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, although 1 was intentional, and 8 Ks. 1-0. Called strike. It's a good line for Gausman. It's a shame, though, that all the hits came at once because he was even better than 6 innings, 3 runs, but it was just one stretch in the bottom or top of the 3rd, rather. 1-1. Muncy lifts it out to right, charging in. Barger, good read on it, makes a chest-high catch. 1 out. Sometimes when a power hitter like Muncy takes a big hack like that, you assume it's back, but the reads for Barger have improved a ton this season.
Yeah, that was a fastball that jammed Muncy, and Addison Barger has continued to get better and better over the course of the season. Every once in a while, he'll have a little bit of a hiccup out there, but more often than not, he makes the play he's supposed to make, like that one right there.
With 1 out, the wind and pitch to Kike Hernandez. Called strike on a breaking ball, 0-1. And a reminder to those who don't know, Barger was the opening day shortstop for the Buffalo Bisons when this year began. He's playing right field in Game 6 of the World Series. 0-1. On the ground, foul. Another knuckle curve at 87 from Varland. Rolled over left side. It's 0-2. 4-seamer, knuckle curve of the main pitches for Varland. Also mixes in sinker, slider, and change. Right-hander waddles back and forth. Brings the glove up into the wind. The 0-2. Just outside. Easily could have been called a strike, but instead it's 1-2. Varland shakes. Now he nods. And he delivers home. Check swing pitch was high. Appeal to first. He did not go, says Will Little. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That slider got away from Louis Varland a little bit. It was up and in and just spun out over the middle of the plate. That's why you got that awkward swing from Kike.
5th pitch, Varland to Hernandez. Check swing, pitch is low, full count. It's a pretty good pitch and a pretty good take. Knuckle curve darted through the zone but landed just below it. So from 0-2 to 3-2, we'll see if he challenges Kike Hernandez here. Payoff pitch on the ground, foul. Did not challenge him. Went with a curveball at the knees, and Hernandez just rolled it over again, third base side.
Kike does have a big home run in this series, so maybe they have that in the back of their mind. But I would challenge here.
That homer, his lone home run of the playoffs. 3-2. Called strike 3. 98 right down the middle.
And they challenged him. I mean, if I threw 98 to 100 miles an hour with that banger curveball that Louis Varland has, I would definitely challenge in big situations like that. Now you have 2 outs in the inning, and the number 8 hitter coming up in Tommy Edman. If you get Tommy Edman here, then you can face Miguel Rojas to start the next inning. It's a big out here.
Varland winds in the pitch to the switch hitter Edman, who's batting left, and he takes low ball 1. By the way, Justin Robleski has continued to warm up in right field. There's a chance he's coming into this ball game for this bottom of the 7th inning. We're top of 7 right now. It's 3-1 Dodgers, and the 1-0 to Edman. Called outside, borderline pitch on the knuckle curve. 2-0.
I mean, he's getting loose out there, so it does look like he's coming in the ball game.
And has been for a while. 2-0 pitch.
6-2 is not bad for your first game. Sheesh.
Dude, your boy's built different.
Edman does have juice. He had 13 home runs this season, so you can't just groove him a fastball right down the middle. I like that pitch. At least the pitch selection right there.
That was 13 homers in only 97 games for a guy who was injured for a lot of this year. 2-1. Called strike. Flip the top of the zone with a curve. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and anyone who wasn't up already now rises to their feet at Rogers Center. 3-1 Dodgers, 2 outs, bases empty, top of the 7th. The 2-2. Outside with a fastball. That was a change rather, pardon me. He just throws it at 95, so it's got fastball velo, full count. Rojas on deck. Base path's empty. Payoff pitch. Lifted out to center. Routine for Varsho. Backing up toward left center. Moves in. Makes the grab, and Louis Marlin does the job, retiring the Dodgers in order. 3-1 LA at the 7th inning stretch. Game 6 of the World Series. We'll tell you.
Introducing Genius Bank, the award-winning bank that does things differently for our kind of genius. Spelled with a J, award-winning can mean many things, like most locations. But who still goes to the bank? For us, award-winning means best newcomer bank of 2025 by Bankrate. Visit geniusbank.com. Genius with a J. Genius Bank registered trademark is a division of SMBC Menubank. Awards are independently granted by their respective publication and are not indicative of future success or results.
You can't have a true Texas barbecue without Mexican corn dip, made with Kraft Real Mayo. For nearly 100 years, Texas families have trusted its creamy, balanced taste to make every bite feel like home. So pick up Kraft Real Mayo at the store today.
October baseball is here, which means the MLB stage is bigger, the lights brighter, and your style, it's gotta rise with it. From fresh jerseys and iconic caps to hoodies, jackets, and must-have accessories, every postseason fit tells a story. Because October baseball isn't just play, it's what you live, it's what you wear, it's showing off and showing out. So this October, go big, go bold. Rep your squad's postseason moment at MLBshop.com. MLB trademarks used with permission.
Digging, loading, transporting, or cleaning, Case G Series wheel loaders are built to run hard, not hot, day in and day out. With its impressive combination of features including SCR engine technology, superior breakout force, unmatched fuel efficiency, best-in-class visibility, and state-of-the-art cab, the Case G Series is resetting the standard for overall productivity for the lowest total cost of operation. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by your local ASCO today.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a one-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Gibson a deep side, re-gripping the bat, shoulders just shrugged. Now goes to the top of the helmet as he always does, steps in with that left foot. Eckersley working out of the stretch. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and a drive hit to right field. Way back! Big ball! Big ball!
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.
Canadian. Yoshinobu Yamamoto is out. Justin Robleski, the lefty, in for the bottom of the 7th, facing Alejandro Kirk. First pitch, high and outside, ball 1. Dave Roberts continues to try and ride the hot hand in this pen that's been very up and down this postseason. Robleski has pitched twice in the playoffs, both in the World Series, is scoreless, 2 2/3, and there he hits the top of the zone with 95 to make it 1-1.
Robleski has thrown 103 innings over the course of his career, so you can imagine that there's a little bit of nerves out there right now.
1-1. Kirk swings and hits it foul to the right, 1-2. Kind of like when early in the game we were talking about Yuak Otani, almost regardless of who's behind him. You like Yamamoto coming out of the game pretty much regardless of who it is. Not personal to Robleski. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and right there he shows me with a fastball on the outer third, strikeout for out number 1.
Yeah, Robleski's got great stuff. The fastball there was 99 miles an hour, but I would much rather face him than Yamamoto, who throws 97, and he also has 4 other pitches that he throws for strikes.
That pitch, by the way, way up from the Robleski season average of 96 on the four-seamer, as a slider, sinker, cutter, curve, and change as well. Pitch to Addison Barger. Called strike 0-1, drops a breaking ball in at the knees. 3-1 Dodgers, bottom of the 7th. Dodgers trying to keep their season alive in force game 7. Blue Jays trying to win the World Series. 0-1 is a Baltimore chop towards second. Sprinting Barger, bare hand Rojas, throw to first in time. But the Blue Jays immediately have John Schneider putting a hand up. That was bang bang, and we'll see if the Blue Jays want to take a look.
It looked like he was out at first base, at least from up here. We don't have the best vantage point, but I think John Schneider's going to let the boys play on. I mean, Robleski's got good stuff, like I just said, so you have to respect that. I mean, the fastball is 97, 98. He's got a very good slider. He's just young, and he doesn't have a ton of experience, so you want to put pressure on him here.
2 out, spaces empty. The pitch to Ernie Clement is a heater high and outside, ball 1. This could be a good matchup for Ernie, who likes hitting lefties and likes hitting guys who throw a lot of fastballs, like Robleski. The pitch. Swing and a drive. Left center and deep. Racing back Hernandez. Over his head. Bouncing on the track into the wall. Clementing to second with a double. And the Blue Jays have a runner in scoring position for the second straight inning.
And like we talked about in Andres Gimenez's last at-bat, he has come through in multiple occasions this postseason, and he comes to the plate in a gigantic spot here with the second run of the ball game standing at second base and a tough lefty standing on the mound. So this is a tough matchup for Andres Gimenez.
Before Gimenez hits, Mark Pryor out to the hill. Probably have to talk about Andres Gimenez and have to give Roki Sasaki a chance to warm up. He is getting loose now in the Dodger pen in right field.
I mean, I imagine he's not coming in to face the lefty and Andres Gimenez, but George Springer standing on deck, who already has a big base hit in this ball game. So I would imagine that Sasaki is coming in to face George Springer if it comes to that.
I take you back, Chris, to ALCS Game 4 in Seattle against a lefty reliever. Andres Gimenez pounded a 2-run homer that at that time gave the Blue Jays the lead. He's up against a lefty reliever in Robleski right now rather than Gabe Spire, and he represents the tying run. Don't need a homer, though. Just need him to move the line with Springer on deck. Clement's on second, 2 outs in the left-on-left pitch. Swing and a miss. 95 middle in. Big hack, and you can't blame him on that pitch. 0-1.
Just challenged him with that heater. I would not be challenging Andres Gimenez here if I was Robleski.
Left-hander sets a look at Clement. And the 0-1. Swing and a foul back. Reached across the plate to hit away a good slider. 0-2. Blue Jays have double the hits of the Dodgers, 6-3, but they've all been spread out. Only inning with multiple hits is their run-scoring third. The Dodgers had 3 hits in a 6-batter span to score 3 runs in the third. It's still 3-1 LA. 0-2 pitch. Hit back foul, 97 on the outside edge, and Gimenez looked fairly comfortable, spoiling it.
Left fielder Kike Hernandez is playing way in left field. He's trying to cut off that run at home plate, and he's also trying to cut off the bloop base hit.
Clement with good speed on second. 0-2 again. High, ball and 2 strikes, missed letter high at 98. Dangling his left arm, the long-haired lefty Robleski sets at his stomach. A look to Clement. The 1-2. Popped foul, and that'll get out of play third base side. Fighting for his life right now in the bottom of the 7th is Andres Gimenez. Seen 5 pitches now and fouled off 2 two-strike pitches in this plate appearance. The kick and the pitch. Outside. Really tough take there on a slider that started in the zone, but Gimenez held up 2-2.
Yeah, he recognized that pitch really early. You could see those knees bending, really following that pitch in all the way.
With 2 outs, Robleski's 2-2. Fouled away again. 7 pitches now seen by Andres Gimenez. That one a bit of a mistake. Can he get another mistake here from the lefty Robleski, who just left a fastball right over the middle?
How about the confidence of Andres Gimenez up there, nodding his head after fouling that pitch back.
Clement with speed on second. 2-2 again. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Beat him with 98 on the edge. And a scream from Robleski, who despite the 2-out double, pitches a scoreless bottom of the 7th. 1 hit, 1 left for the Blue Jays. On to the 8th we go. 3-1 Los Angeles Dodgers. You're listening to Blue Jays World Series Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Brown Rust Control Center. Streaming on the Sportsnet app and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
This moment right now is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views will be like it. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
Lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a
Do the do.
Introducing Genius Bank, the award-winning bank that does things differently for our kind of genius. Spelled with a J, award-winning can mean many things, like most locations. But who still goes to the bank? For us, award-winning means Best Newcomer Bank of 2025 by Bankroot. Visit geniusbank.com. Genius with a J. Genius Bank registered trademark is a division of SMBC Manubank. Awards are independently granted by their respective publication and are not indicative of future success or results.
You can't have a true Texas barbecue without Mexican corn dip, made with Kraft Real Mayo. For nearly 100 years, Texas families have trusted its creamy, balanced taste to make every bite feel like home. So pick up Kraft Real Mayo at the store today.
October baseball is here, which means the MLB stage is bigger, the lights brighter, and your style, it's gotta rise with it. From fresh jerseys and iconic caps to hoodies, jackets, and must-have accessories, every postseason fit tells a story. Because October baseball isn't just play, it's what you live, it's what you wear, it's showing off and showing out. So this October, go big, go bold. Rep your squad's postseason moment at MLBshop.com. MLB trademarks used with permission.
Welcome to Coffee House. How are you today?
Hi, great, thanks. May I get a sea salt caramel latte with almond milk, extra caramel, extra shot, iced,
Gross.
and to go, please. Did you get all that?
No, I was just ringing you up for all the extras. Can you repeat your order, please?
Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna go.
Stop paying extra for extras. Get fancy coffee without the fancy coffee price at Quick Trip. Raise your coffee bar.
Digging, loading, transporting, or cleaning, Case G Series wheel loaders are built to run hard, not hot, day in and day out. With its impressive combination of features including SCR engine technology, superior breakout force, unmatched fuel efficiency, best-in-class visibility, and state-of-the-art cab, the Case G Series is resetting the standard for overall productivity for the lowest total cost of operation. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by your...
Pitch to Rojas is lifted out to right field. Staying in position, Barger backs up slightly and makes a one-handed catch. One out. And after that one pitch, John Schneider around the railing, and they will go left on left for Ohtani. So a job well done by Louis Varland, who retires all four that he has faced, and it's time now for a pitching change. Brought to you by Home Hardware, the official home improvement retailer for the Toronto Blue Jays, locally owned, genuinely Canadian. Bases empty, one out, and 3-1.
Anyone who loves playing baseball or softball knows that one of the first steps in that journey is breaking in your first glove. It's where your love of the game began. Where does your child's baseball or softball journey begin? Go to playball.org to get started. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Are you ready to take a swing at Basebalderdash? Today's phrase is cup of coffee. Do you know what it means? Cup of coffee. A short time spent by a minor leaguer in the major leagues. Just enough time for a proverbial cup of coffee.
Back in the big leagues for the first time since a cup of coffee in 2022.
Expand your vocabulary with the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Swing and a throw. Left field. Way back. Blue Jays win it. The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a 3-run home run in the 9th inning, and the Blue Jays have repeated as World Series champions. Touch 'em all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The business of baseball never stops.
Let's go!
So start streaming MLB Network from anywhere. Get unlimited access to off-season shows for the latest on trades and free agency.
Biggest player on the free agent market.
See the off-season moves impact next season with up to 15 out-of-market games a week and live radio broadcasts of
Shohei's phrase is Apo Taco. Do you know what it means?
And he hit a double almost implausibly on a pitch up and in the opposite way to left center. Fluharty has also punched him out a handful of times this season. 3-1 Dodgers, 1 out, bases empty, top of the 8th inning. Fluharty looking in, kicks and deals. First pitch sweeper, just high and inside, ball 1. Ohtani tonight is 0 for 2, intentional walk and a run scored. He's also struck out swinging. 1-0 pitch. Fouled off the end of the bat, 1-1. It's a tough ask of Blue Jays pitching, but you just can't budge right now. The Blue Jays have hung in it because their pitching has been so good since that 3-run third. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Sped it up to 91 with a well-located cutter up and in. 1-2.
Just a perfectly located pitch. Just when Shohei Ohtani is thinking another sweeper away, Mason Fluharty goes up and in with that cutter. A great call from Alejandro Kirk.
Kirk going to his right knee for the signal. 1-2 count, 1 out, bases empty. The kick in the offering. Sweeper down and away, laid off by Ohtani. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fluharty sets, twists his hip, and puts the glove belt high. 2-2. Lifted out to left center. Varsho in a run toward the gap. Onto the track. That's off the fence. Backing him up was Lucas in left. Throws it into second, but Ohtani waiting there with a double. Again, not a pitch necessarily that you would see a normal person drive the other way like that. But Shohei Ohtani is a force, and he has his first hit since that game 3. He's on with 1 out.
Well, that just shows the power of Shohei Ohtani. He was out in front of that sweeper. The sweeper was actually below the strike zone, and he was able to get it out to that tall wall out in left field. The Blue Jays are actually going to intentionally walk Will Smith to get the left-on-left matchup with Freddie Freeman. But, man, Shohei Ohtani, what an absolute beast out there standing at second base.
Couple things you get with this intentional walk. You set up a double play, and that counts as a batter toward the 3-batter minimum. So now after Freeman, the Blue Jays can go to a righty if they want to for a guy like Teoscar Hernandez or Mookie Betts. First pitch to Freeman. Up and in, ball 1.
Seranthony Dominguez is actually getting loose down there in that bullpen. So this tells me this is probably the last batter that Mason Fluharty will face.
Maybe he can get Freeman to roll over. First and second, 1 out. Fluharty's pitch to Freeman. Swing and a miss. Got the cutter by him on the bottom inside edge. 1-1. In left field, it's Dominguez warming up. Still Sasaki loosening up for the Dodgers in right field. 1-1 pitch. Freeman lofts it. Right field, very high, fairly deep, but in front of the track is Barger. He runs into it to make the catch. Ohtani dekes a tag from second, and the throw bounces through to third. Ohtani not going anywhere. Still first and second, and there are 2 outs.
I think at this point, everybody knows that Addison Barger will throw you out if you try to take second, if you try to take third on a fly ball to right field.
Mookie Betts coming up to the plate, and John Schneider just told Alejandro Kirk to go talk to the lefty reliever. This is interesting.
Well, I think they're just trying to give Seranthony Dominguez a couple more seconds down there in that bullpen. I'm assuming that when Alejandro Kirk gets back to home plate, John Schneider will go out there, brings Dominguez in the ballgame.
Here he comes. John Schneider making a pitching change, and it's brought to you by Home Hardware, the official home improvement retailer for the Toronto Blue Jays, locally owned, genuinely Canadian. So he doesn't get Ohtani, but he does get Freeman. 2 outs, 2 on for the Dodgers, and they'll ask Seranthony Dominguez to finish off this inning. Dodgers threatening, and they're up 3-1 in the top of the 8th.
This moment right now is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be like. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment. Do the do.
Introducing Genius Bank, the award-winning bank that does things differently for our kind of genius. Spelled with a J, award-winning can mean many things, like most locations. But who still goes to the bank? For us, award-winning means Best Newcomer Bank of 2025 by Bankrate. Visit geniusbank.com. Genius with a J. Genius Bank registered trademark is a division of SMBC Menubank. Awards are independently granted by their respective publication and are not indicative of future success or results.
You can't have a true Texas barbecue without Mexican corn dip, made with Kraft Real Mayo. For nearly 100 years, Texas families have trusted its creamy, balanced taste to make every bite feel like home. So pick up Kraft Real Mayo at the store today.
The offseason is the start of next season on MLB Network. Start up the day in the leadoff spot for unfiltered morning interviews.
Welcome in, Ken Griffey Jr. So good to see you.
Then Harold Reynolds, Matt Vasgersian, and Lauren Shahadi bring all the buzz on trades and free agency on Hot Stove.
We're hearing his trade market is heating up.
And cap off the day with MLB Tonight for the latest news on all 30 clubs.
That's must-see TV, is it not?
The off-season coverage never stops on the home of baseball, MLB Network.
Are you ready to round the bases with Base Balderdash? Today's phrase is small ball. Do you know what it means? Small ball. Advancing base runners methodically.
According to head coach Kyle Shanahan, a chance he could be available this weekend despite not getting the start. And in Jacksonville, number 2 overall pick in this past year's draft, two-way player Travis Hunter suffering a non-contact knee injury in practice. He was put on injured reserve. He will miss at least the next 4 games. Reports saying the ACL is intact, so he will undergo additional testing. Blue Jays baseball, as always, brought to you by Crown Rust Protection. Mookie Betts is in the box down on the field with the call here in the radio booth. It's Ben Schulman and Chris LaRue.
Thank you, Show. Massive outing right now for Sir Anthony Dominguez. 2 on and 2 out. It's runners on first and second for the Dodgers. Ohtani on second, Smith on first. And Mookie Betts is up a 3-1 Dodger lead, top of the 8th inning. 4th appearance of the World Series for Dominguez, 11th of the postseason. He sets and offers to Betts. Breaking ball, called strike, 0-1. Betts with the big blow in this game, a 2-run single in the 3rd. That's still the difference here in the 8th. 0-1 pitch. Down and away, snared by Kirk, 1-1. And if you're the Blue Jays, you have your top of the order up for the 4th time in this game. Obviously not against the starter anymore. Yamamoto's out, but if you can get it there still at 3-1, you feel like you have a chance. 1-1 pitch. Hit foul by Betts, 97 in on the hands. And the high 90s fastball breaking ball combo for Dominguez has come in handy. He's up 1-2.
And Sir Anthony actually missed his spot by quite a bit, but it's still a good miss because that miss actually shows that you're willing to go inside. So now Mookie has to protect inside, and it might open up the outside part of the plate.
Ohtani leads off second, Smith off first. 2 outs in the 1-2. In the dirt, taken by Betts, a breaking ball that bounced. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's been a long inning warming up in right for Roki Sasaki. The Blue Jays have used 3 different pitchers in this 8th. Varland got an out, Fluharty got an out. Here's Dominguez with a 2-2. Check swing, peel down to first, no swing, full count. I was close on a sweeper outside. Betts just stays alive.
Yeah, I didn't think that he went, at least from up here. That's a good call down there by first base umpire Will Little. Obviously, the crowd wanted that to be a strike.
He enticed him a little, though. Betts thought about it. But now with a full count, both Ohtani from second and Smith from first will be off on the pitch. Bearded righty Dominguez sets. His payoff pitch. High ball 4. Another check swing by Betts, and the bases are loaded now with 2 outs.
Yeah, it's a ball. Obviously, the crowd wants that to be called a strike, but that sweeper was a little bit above the strike zone. A pretty good call. Now you have to get down to business here if you're Sir Anthony Dominguez. The bases are loaded, and a tough hitter in Teoscar Hernandez is at the plate.
Sir Anthony Dominguez presses the glove into his left thigh, now sets. Bases loaded, 2 down, the pitch to Teoscar. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 97 just off the outside edge, and Teo chased. turned back and asked Adam Hammery if it was going to be a strike. It's 0-1. From Teoscar's reaction to the answer might have been yes from Adam Hammery. 0-1. In the dirt, blocked by Kirk to save a run. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's a good job anticipating that sweeper in the dirt. If you're going to put down press the button for a sweeper, you have to anticipate that pitch will be in the dirt, and Alejandro Kirk did a perfect job there.
A lot of speed on third and Ohtani. Smith on second, and Betts on first in the top of the 8th inning. 1-1. Swing and a foul tip. 99 inside. It's 1-2. Blue Jays asking Dominguez for one more good pitch to strand the bases loaded. He shakes, now sets. And Teoscar Hernandez asks for time, slowing the momentum of Dominguez and this crowd. Two fastballs and a sweeper so far delivered to Teoscar. Dominguez with a 1-2. He got him. Struck him out on 99. The bases are left loaded, and the top of the Blue Jay order is coming up in the bottom of the 8th. 3-1 Dodgers, Game 6 of the World Series. You're listening to Blue Jays World Series Baseball, brought to you by your local.
Anyone who loves playing baseball or softball knows that one of the first steps in that journey is breaking in your first glove. It's where your love of the game began. Where does your child's baseball or softball journey begin? Go to playball.org to get started. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Guess who said the following?
Once I caught it, I didn't know Bryce made it around second. I thought he was halfway, and I just had to get it in before he got there. But I guess everybody was in the right spot, right time, and made the play to end it.
That's Michael Harris II after his amazing leaping catch double play to seal the victory in Game 2 of the 2023 NLDS. Catch the next great moment on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Medic!
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
The first postseason game for Roy Halladay. He winds the 0-2. Swing and a dribbler out in front of the plate. Ruiz out to get it. The throw from his knees. It's in time, and it's a no-hitter. Unbelievable. Ruiz and Halladay embrace, and the Phillies again celebrate around Roy Halladay.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Bottom of the 8th, Dave Roberts goes to his closer. It's Roki Sasaki. His pitch to George Springer. Called low, ball one. Had all sorts of the bottom of the zone, but Springer gets a break. Also defensive subs for the Dodgers. We'll get to those in a sec. One 0 to Springer. Up and in. 98 near the chin knocks Springer down to the seat of his pants. It's 2-0.
Roki Sasaki, the 23-year-old rookie, has 36 1/3 career major league innings in the regular season. He's thrown 9 2/3 in the playoffs, so you have to imagine that heart rate is really elevated right now.
His second World Series appearance. 2-0 pitch. Check swing. Called strike, top of the zone at 100. Pitching change to Sasaki, brought to you by Home Hardware, the official home improvement retailer for the Toronto Blue Jays. Locally owned, genuinely Canadian. Also the defensive switch. Teoscar Hernandez out, Andy Pages in right field. 2-1 pitch. Fouled away, 2-2. 23-year-old Sasaki works with a four-seamer, splitter, and slider. Sat 96 on the four-seamer this year, but his two fastballs on the last two pitches have each been over 100. 2-2 to George Springer. Hit on the ground right side. Will it sneak through? It will pass the dive of Freeman. Springer stops at first, and he just guided that one past Freddie Freeman. Base hit to begin the inning. Here comes the tying run to home plate.
And that might be the break that the Toronto Blue Jays have been waiting for this entire ball game. George Springer had no business getting that ball past Freddie Freeman. It was perfectly placed right down that line, and he stands at first base with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Baton is passed to Nathan Lucas. 3-1 Dodgers. No outs, bottom of the 8th. Right on left, the pitch. Outside ball 1. In the infield, they expect Lucas to pull. In the outfield, they're playing him the opposite way. Pages shifted way over toward right center, and the center fielder Edman in the left center gap. Called strike, 98, bottom of the zone.
In the regular season, in 36 1/3 innings for Sasaki, he walked 22 guys, so you have to force him to be in the strike zone.
High leg kick, 1-1. Eyeing outside, 2-1. Actually abbreviated the kick a little bit there. Missed with a splitter. That someone like Trey Savage can go in any which way on a given pitch. Sometimes it helps him, sometimes it hurts him. His 2-1. Outside ball 3. And Lucas is staying patient, giving himself a 3-1 count.
Yeah, with Vlad standing on deck, you have to zone up. You cannot expand and help out Sasaki. He's obviously having command issues right now.
His 3-1 to Lucas. Called strike, 98 at the top, full count. And a push out of the mitt by Will Smith to his pitcher Sasaki. He liked the spot. Interestingly, on 2 strikes, they're expecting more of a pull. Pages moves closer to straightaway right field. Full count pitch. Hit high in the air center. Late break back toward left center by Edman, but he's under it. Camp to make a one-handed catch, 1 out.
That's a big out for Sasaki. With Vlad coming up, you obviously don't want a ton of traffic on. But this is his moment right here. This is the moment the Blue Jays fans have been waiting for. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. slowly walking up to that batter's box.
Guerrero is the tying run in the game. 3-1 Dodgers. No one scored since the bottom of the 3rd. Springer on first and 1 out. Sasaki offers. Guerrero will take a called strike on the inside edge, 0-1. Vlad is 1 for 3, a double, a strikeout, and a ground ball double play. The 0-1, inside and low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Vladdy moved his right foot back to avoid being hit by that splitter. Kick in the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fooled by the splitter, going for it all to try and tie the game. Guerrero swings through it. It landed down and in, 1-2.
Sasaki doesn't have much time in the big leagues, and I know that he's only 23 years old, but he's got fantastic stuff.
His 1-2. Called low. Probably should have been strike 3, and Vladdy lifts another pitch, 2-2.
That might be the second break that the Blue Jays get this inning.
Only if they make it matter. 3-1 Dodgers. Runner on first, one out. High set Sasaki. The 2-2. Fouled away. Vladdy reached for one well below the zone. Hit it off of, I believe, his shin. He just grabbed near his right knee. But he stays alive at 2-2.
He was completely fooled by that split finger. Out in front, but he was able to keep the bat back and just flick the wrists and stay alive.
Seems like he wants the heater. 2-2 pitch. Inside ball 3. Sasaki isn't giving him the heater. He's thrown him all splitters in this at-bat, and the count is run full.
More split fingers he throws in this at-bat, the more comfortable Vlad gets with that split finger.
Springer leads off first. Full count, one out. Kick in the pitch. High ball 4. Vladdy screams with a walk. 2 on now for the Blue Jays, and the go-ahead run is Bo Bichette walking up to the plate.
And this is the other moment that Blue Jays fans have been waiting for. Number 1 was Vladimir Guerrero Jr. coming to the plate, and number 2 is Bo Bichette.
Mark Prior out to talk to the right-hander Roki Sasaki. Dodgers had action in their pen, but that has stopped now. Interesting that that's the case because Sasaki has thrown 18 pitches and only recorded 1 out. He is more stretched out than your average reliever started at the beginning of the year. But he's already deep into this inning pitch count-wise. He offered 7 to Vladdy, 6 to Lucas, and 5 to George Springer.
And this is a situation that Roki Sasaki has never been in before. He's been very, very good over the course of the playoffs, turning into the Dodgers' best bullpen arm. But it's almost like everything is new to him now. The crowd is loud. The moment is big. Let's see how he reacts to Bo Bichette right now with runners at first and second and just 1 out in the inning.
Bichette 1 for 2, a single and a walk. Springer on second. Vladdy is the tying run on first, and Bichette is the go-ahead run at home plate. 1 out, bottom 8. Sasaki set. And the pitch. In the dirt, bounces off Smith, but rolls up the third baseline, so Springer can't take off from second. 1-0. In 19 pitches, 10 balls and 9 strikes for Roki Sasaki. A single, a strikeout, or pardon me, a flyout, and a walk so far. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 97 over the middle, and Bo Bichette was trying to flip the score. It's 1-1.
That was the one. Just a hair behind that pitch. It was a little bit elevated, about thigh high, but that velocity just snuck right by him.
Now the 1-1. Swing and a fly ball left side, hooking toward foul territory. Betts, the shortstop on the side. Warning track makes the catch. It stayed in the yard, and Mookie Betts with a nice play ranging back into his right. 2 down, Dalton Varsho will now represent the go-ahead run.
That was a good play for Mookie Betts down in foul territory, about 2 or 3 feet from that short wall down in foul territory. A huge out for Roki Sasaki, although Dalton Varsho is a pretty good hitter too.
Varsho looking for his first time on base in the game. First and second for the Blue Jays. 2 outs, bottom 8. Roki Sasaki pitching with a 3-1 Dodger lead. A look to second as he sets belt high, brings the glove up. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's in the dirt off the stomach of Smith, but it rolls away toward third again, so Springer will hold up. It's 0-1. Varsho went after a splitter that bounced. That's the pitch he wants. Better with those off-speed pitches than the high-velocity fastballs. Sasaki gets an early chase. Vladdy the tying run on first. Springer ahead of him on second. The 0-1. Outside and high with a fastball at 100 miles an hour. 1 ball, 1 strike. Andy Paez in right is almost standing on the warning track. So a lot of room in right to drop it in. 1-1. In the dirt, blocked by Smith, ball 2.
Well, Andy Paez is just playing no doubles. He's essentially taking away Vladimir Guerrero Jr. from scoring from first base. It's actually a smart move from Dave Roberts.
A look to second by Sasaki. Is 2-1. Swing and a bouncing ball to second, picked up off a knee by Rojas. He'll throw to first and spoil the threat. On to the ninth inning we go. The Blue Jays do not score on a hit and a walk, leave 2 on, and it's 3-1 Dodgers.
This moment right now is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with a refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Introducing Genius Bank, the award-winning bank that does things differently for our kind of genius. Spelled with a J, award-winning can mean many things, like most locations. But who still goes to the bank? For us, award-winning means Best Newcomer Bank of 2025 by Bankers. Visit geniusbank.com. Genius with a J. Genius Bank registered trademark is a division of SMBC Menubank. Awards are independently granted by their respective publication and are not indicative of future success or results.
You can't have a true Texas barbecue without Mexican corn dip, made with Kraft Real Mayo. For nearly 100 years, Texas families have trusted its creamy, balanced taste to make every bite feel like home. So pick up Kraft Real Mayo at the store today.
October baseball is here, which means the MLB stage is bigger, the lights brighter, and your style, it's gotta rise with it. From fresh jerseys and iconic caps to hoodies, jackets, and must-have accessories, every postseason fit tells a story because October baseball isn't just play, it's what you live, it's what you wear, it's showing off and showing out. So this October, go big, go bold. Rep your squad's postseason moment at MLBshop.com. MLB trademarks used with permission.
Welcome to Coffee House. How are you today?
Hi, great, thanks. May I get a sea salt caramel latte with almond milk, extra caramel, extra shot, iced,
Gross.
and to go, please. Did you get all that?
No, I was just ringing you up for all the extras. Can you repeat your order, please?
Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna go.
Stop paying extra for extras. Get fancy coffee without the fancy coffee price at Quick Trip. Raise your coffee bar.
Digging, loading, transporting, or cleaning, Case G Series wheel loaders are built to run hard, not hot, day in and day out. With its impressive combination of features including SCR engine technology, superior breakout force, unmatched fuel efficiency, best-in-class visibility, and state-of-the-art cab, the Case G Series is resetting the standard for overall productivity for the lowest total cost of operation. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by your local ASCO today.
Canadian. Sixth appearance of the postseason, fourth of the World Series for the veteran right-hander converted to a reliever for the postseason. It's Chris Bassitt.
Yeah, and he's been very good. John Schneider, I'm assuming, has been pleasantly surprised with what he's gotten from Chris Bassitt. Another big spot for him. You have to keep it a 3-1 ball game.
Pitch to Max Muncy. Called strike, starts him with a sinker at 92 on the inside edge, 0-1. Dodgers have not scored since their 3-run third, but they have stranded a lot of Blue Jay base runners on the other side. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Muncy in this game 0 for 3. Eric Lauer warming up if the Blue Jays need him in left field. 0-2 to Muncy. Foul back. Challenge fastball in at 93.
That's good location. Getting in on the hands of Max Muncy. Loves to get the arms extended.
Muncy takes off his rec specs for a moment, like Ricky Vaughn. Those turned around his season after he put them on in May. 0-2. Whoa, 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the right field pen, at one point, Jack Dreyer, the lefty, was up. It appears now like Roki Sasaki might be staying in this game. No one up for the Dodgers. 1-2 pitch. And he got him. Tied him up with a four-seamer, top of the zone. One down.
That was just a perfectly executed cutter. Or sorry, a four-seamer right at the top of the strike zone. Like we've talked about so many times, those big power hitters love to get the arms extended, and it's intimidating to come inside, but Chris Bassitt is not one of those guys that gets intimidated coming inside.
You were right. That was a cutter. Game spinning off of the fingers, and now here's the pitch to Kike Hernandez with one out. It's a curve down and away, ball one. Still very much a ball game if the Blue Jays can keep it here at 3-1. They still have 3 outs to play with on the offensive side. 1-0 pitch. Hernandez hits it foul. Kike does as he stumbles across home plate, 1-1. Only 4 hits for the Dodgers, but 3 of them came in a 6-batter span to score 3 runs in the 3rd inning. 1-1 to Hernandez. Swing and a miss. Couldn't catch up to 94 outer third, 1-2.
He looks really comfortable out of that bullpen.
Bassitt winds. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Slow sweeper at 74. Struck out Kike Hernandez, 2 down.
I know that he would rather be starting, but Chris Bassitt is one heck of a reliever.
And he has said multiple times he just wants to be in the World Series. His first appearance there for a guy who's 36 years old and has been in the big leagues over a decade. He's getting the opportunity to pitch in the World Series in huge spots. Now tries to end this top of the 9th against Tommy Edman. The pitch. Line toward left field, slicing into foul territory, and it will go foul into the seats down the left field line. Edman took off for first, but walks back to pick up his bat just outside the dirt circle. It's 0-1.
The thing that I love most about Chris Bassitt, and really the majority of his outing so far in the playoffs, he just pounds the strike zone. He's not messing around when he comes out there. Trusts his stuff. That's really half the battle.
He's punched out both Max Muncy and Kike Hernandez. Trying to keep it 3-1. With 2 outs, his 0-1 pitch. Hit hard but foul right side. So Edman has hit very loud strikes twice in a row. And it's 0-2.
Tried to come upstairs with that cutter. Missed over the heart of the plate. Tommy Edman was out in front. Let's see if they go back to that cutter, but actually out of the strike zone this time.
3-1 Dodgers. 2 outs, base is empty. Top of the 9th. The 0-2 pitch. High. Missed up top as they did try to elevate a heater. 1-2. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th. Kurt Barger, Clement scheduled to hit. John Schneider has his full bench, including guys like Davis Schneider and Ty France. 1-2 pitch. On the ground, over the mound. Bassitt lets it run all the way to the shortstop. Jimenez who throws on the run to first to end the top of the 9th inning. 3 shots for the Blue Jays to score 2 and keep it going, or just maybe get 3 and win the World.
This moment right now is the ideal time to throw on your helmet or boots, grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew with refreshing citrus kick, and head to the hills for some hiking, mountain biking, and panoramic views you'll be liking. Because raising your heart rate and your elevation deserves the elevated deliciousness of cold refreshment.
Lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. Give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Do the dew.
Introducing Genius Bank, the award-winning bank that does things differently for our kind of genius. Spelled with a J, award-winning can mean many things, like most locations. But who still goes to the bank? For us, award-winning means Best Newcomer Bank of 2025 by Bankrate. Visit geniusbank.com. Genius with a J. Genius Bank registered trademark is a division of SMBC Menubank. Awards are independently granted by their respective publication and are not indicative of future success or results.
You can't have a true Texas barbecue without Mexican corn dip, made with Kraft Real Mayo. For nearly 100 years, Texas families have trusted its creamy, balanced taste to make every bite feel like home. So pick up Kraft Real Mayo at the store today.
Guess which baseball player or manager is at the plate?
None of this would be possible without unbelievable teammates over the years, coaches, and managers. To all of them, I'm thankful. They've been great teachers for me. I hope I've left something for them.
That's Don Mattingly after his number 23 was retired by the New York Yankees. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Swinging a belt, left field, way back. Blue Jays win it. The Blue Jays are World Series champions as Joe Carter hits a three.
With the call on the Sportsnet Radio Network, here's Ben Schulman and Chris LaRue.
Thank you, Show. If you wanted drama, you have it right now. 3-1 for the Dodgers. Bottom of the ninth inning, Game 6 of the World Series. Blue Jays are in blue pin of blast territory to keep this game going. And if they score 3, they win the World Series. They got to get to Roki Sasaki, who had an up and down scoreless 8th inning, gave up a hit and a walk, but no runs, and threw 25 pitches in that 8th. There is action also in the Dodger bullpen. Tyler Glasnow is warming up for LA, and a defensive substitution. Tommy Edman out. Justin Dean, the speedy center fielder, out there on the Rogers Center turf.
Roki Sasaki showed in his last inning that he didn't have perfect command of his stuff. You have to be patient up there if you're the Blue Jays.
Alejandro Kirk leads it off. Sasaki starts the 9th inning, the bottom half, with the pitch, and it's a fastball at 99, strike 1. Blue Jays have Schneider, Straw, France, IKF, and Heineman on their bench. High leg kick and the 0-1. Kirk sprays it foul right side, 98 elevated, hit away, and it's 0-2. Set by Sasaki. 2-strike pitch. And he hit him. Plunked him with a splitter. And Alejandro Kirk goes down to first. You imagine Dave Roberts will check and see if it hit the bat. It was an odd noise, but I think it was the sound of plastic or bone. And Alejandro Kirk appears to be in some pain as he walks down the right field line. That might have got him on the funny bone, but I'll have to take another look.
If that hit the bat, Alejandro Kirk wouldn't be acting like he is right now. We're getting a second look. Yeah, that hit is just in the wrist bone. It's a very easy call. I'm sure Dave Roberts and those Dodgers coaches down there have already seen that replay and are choosing not to challenge that.
And you can hear that from up here. And the Blue Jays now are going to sub Kirk out. That's not the most important run, but with Kirk both getting hit in the wrist, and you still want some speed, break up a double play, go first to third, whatever it might be. They're going to bring Miles Straw in to run for Alejandro Kirk.
And that's a break for the Toronto Blue Jays. We saw the George Springer leadoff base hit in the last inning, and then we see Roki Sasaki let one go in an 0-2 count. He hits Alejandro Kirk right in the wrist, runner at first with nobody out in the inning.
6 homers allowed this regular season and 36 and a third for Sasaki. His pitch to the tying run, Addison Barger. Fouled back, 98 over the middle, and Barger took a good rip at it, 0-1. 9 for 20 in the World Series is Barger. 0-1 pitch, outside. Pitches now for Sasaki. He's retired 3 batters and allowed 3 to reach. The 1-1. Swinging a fly ball left side. Angling toward foul territory. The left fielder Kike Hernandez, who slips as that one goes into the seats out of play foul. Addison Barger by about a foot and a half stays alive. That was another 4-seamer over the middle, but he was behind it. It's 1-2.
Yeah, it's just good velocity. Roki Sasaki has elite stuff. It's just a matter of can he command and control his elite stuff. That's the thing that he struggled with in his short big league career.
That was 99 in the middle of the zone for Sasaki. Tap of the plate, Barger. 1-2 count, no outs. Tying run at the plate. The pitch outside. 2-2 as he missed with a splitter. Dodgers runner on first, no outs, bottom 9. The 2-2. Swing and a drive. Left center. Dean on the run. It's over his head off the base of the wall. Strahling to third. He'll get the wave. Dean staring at it. Barger into third. Time called in left. Barger coming around to score. And they're going to gift the Dodgers. That ball is right there for Justin Dean. If he could bend his knees, and they're going to gift him a ground rule double. That never gets called in this ballpark. Neither run scores. Dean staring at it under the wall. We'll get another look. John Schneider wants an explanation.
Well, I'm sure he's going to get one, and the umpires are going to talk about this. I'm not sure what happened out there. We're getting a second look right now. All the field is that the ball was lodged. The ball is not lodged. We just got the replay.
Threw it right back in after they called time.
That ball's not lodged. That's a call that should never have happened.
It's maybe 20% of it in there. But there's no way Justin Dean can't pick up that ball. I mean, Hernandez, Kike is telling him to. They're reviewing it right now. Let's reset here. And especially talking to myself, let's take a breath. Second and third, nobody else. They've called it lodged. So, it's second and third, no outs for the Blue Jays there, rather than cashing in a run, maybe 2.
Well, Dave Roberts is coming out to yank Roki Sasaki. I'm thinking right now, I don't know if he's going to just have a chat with him, but Tyler Glasnow is hot down in that in that Dodgers bullpen.
I believe he made the point already. And he will take the ball from Sasaki to pitching change. Brought to you by Home Hardware. I'll take a breath. You take a breath. Still an opportunity here for the Blue Jays. Second and third, nobody out. 3-1 Dodger lead. A base hit to the outfield could tie this game. But
introducing Genius Bank, the award-winning bank that does things differently for our kind of genius. Spelled with a J, award-winning can mean many things, like most locations. But who still goes to the bank? For us, award-winning means best newcomer bank of 2025 by Bankrate. Visit geniusbank.com. Genius with a J. Genius Bank registered trademark is a division of SMBC Menubank. Awards are independently granted by their respective publication and are not indicative of future success or results.
You can't have a true Texas barbecue without Mexican corn dip, made with Kraft Real Mayo. For nearly 100 years, Texas families have trusted its creamy, balanced taste to make every bite feel like home. So pick up Kraft Real Mayo at the store today.
The business of baseball never stops.
Let's go!
So start streaming MLB Network from anywhere. Get unlimited access to off-season shows for the latest on trades and free agency.
Biggest player on the free agent market.
See the off-season moves impact next season with up to 15 out-of-market games a week and live radio broadcasts of every club.
Can you believe it?
Stream the home of baseball year-round, starting at just $5.99 a month. Visit MLBNetwork.com/stream.
Welcome to Coffee House. How are you today?
Hi, great, thanks. May I get a sea salt caramel latte with almond milk, extra caramel, extra shot, iced,
Gross.
and to go, please. Did you get all that?
No, I was just ringing you up for all the extras. Can you repeat your order, please?
Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna go.
Stop paying extra for extras. Get fancy coffee without the fancy coffee price at Quick Trip. Raise your coffee bar.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang. Today's phrase is high cheese. Do you know what it means? High cheese. A fastball
was lodged under the center field wall. And my apologies to John Tumpane, the left field umpire. But either way, a ground rule double for Barger has put runners on second and third, no outs. Ernie Clement coming up. Barger is the tying run in this game. And Miles Straw is on third ahead of him. Ernie Clement is the World Series winning run against Tyler Glasnow, who comes in here to pitch in relief.
We've seen Tyler Glasnow spike breaking balls. Actually, he does that quite often. So if you're Miles Straw, if you're Addison Barger, you have to be ready for the wild pitch.
Glasnow deals home, and Clement pops up the first pitch to first base, and that's a huge out on the catch made by Freddie Freeman. One down. Four-seamer, top of the zone. Clement swings at the first pitch about 60% of the time, and that time it burns him. But the Blue Jays are not out of this yet. Andres Jimenez up. Second and third, one out. The infield is playing back.
That fastball from Tyler Glasnow absolutely blew up Ernie Clement. That is a huge first out for the Dodgers.
Long-haired righty was the scheduled starter at one point for Game 7. His pitch to Andres Jimenez, high with a breaking ball, 1-0. He's got fantastic stuff. He's a great pitcher. He can be erratic at times. Tying run is Barger on second. The 1-0. Line drive, left center. Hernandez playing short, makes the grab. Throw to second. He's out. Barger doubled off, and the game is over. The Blue Jays will challenge to try and keep this alive, but Barger trying to ensure that he could score on a single, was off of second. A bouncing throw and a great pick at second by Rojas. Hernandez was playing shallow. Most of the time that's a base hit, but he made the grab, and this more than likely is going to be the end of Game 6.
Yeah, he looked like he was out at second base. A really crucial base running error. If you're at second base, if you're on base, you have to know where the outfielders are playing. And Addison Barger, for whatever reason, took a couple of extra steps off of second base. He's out at second. I'm pretty sure he's out. We've gotten a couple of replays here. Yeah, it's very clear.
And that is how the game will come to an end. The Dodgers, on the back of their pitching again, win the game 3-1 and force a Game 7 in the World Series tomorrow. 3-1, the final score, Blue Jays and Dodgers. We're going to take a quick step aside. When we come back, we'll wrap it up and get you over to Blue Jays Talk. You're listening to Blue Jays World Series Baseball, brought to you by your local family-owned Crown Rust Control Center, streaming on the Sportsnet app and the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Our team knows it takes teamwork and staying power to go the distance, and a hunger to bring it home. That's why Crown Rust Control stands proudly beside them, because we know what it takes to go the distance for Canadians. We've been helping your vehicles go the distance for over 40 years, keeping them strong, reliable, and ready for the road. Get your vehicle